Apology. Bloody hell, we're muted from the get-go. Big up everybody in the building, though. Much love, much love. Apologies. Lateness is greatness in the building. These lineups, man. These double headers, I must say, especially when it's Champions League, it's very difficult. But we're here regardless. We're here regardless. Big up everybody in the building. Make sure you smash up the likes and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's take a look at the chat. Double header today. A lot going on. Am I watching City? Nah. I mean, listen, I'll throw it on. Don't get me wrong. If something's going on, I'll throw it on. But these games are the biggest games of the night. The group of death, AC Milan and Dortmund, of course, and obviously PSG and Newcastle as well. So yeah, Newcastle taking on AC Milan at home. I think they need PSG to lose, I think, to qualify. Take a look at the group stages now. We'll look at this group. This is the most interesting group of all of them. So we was always going to cover this one tonight. Man City, their game is pretty much it's a nothing game. We know that Man City are probably going to win. If they're playing their academy players, then that just goes to show. I mean, who are they playing? They're playing a team that have got their bottom of the group with 1 point, one of the lowest scoring teams in the whole of the Champions League this season in the campaign. And yeah, Calvin Phillips is playing. Hamilton's playing on the wing. I've never heard of Hamilton. Grealish, Oscar Bobb's up front. Nunes, Gomez, Akanji, Stones, Rico Lewis. Nah. This is not necessary. Yeah. It's not. We don't need to watch that. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I'll throw it on. Maybe if one of these games are absolutely piss poor, I'll throw it on. But this is the group of death. This is where we need to be. 100%. This is where we need to be. So yeah, this is where we're going to remain for now. But big up everybody. Let me see if I can get this on the right channel first of all. Let me see. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, in terms of lineups, I'm going to have that up on screen in a second. Dortmund, like I said, are top of the group. Basically, it's done. They're going to go through. So, you know, maybe they'll put the handbrake on against PSG. They might not try so hard, but they're 10 points. PSG second with 7 points. Newcastle 5 points. They need PSG to probably lose, I think, and then they can go ahead of them. If they draw, I think Newcastle will go potentially level, and then it's head-to-head. And Newcastle do win the head-to-head. If they're both on 8 points, Newcastle have to beat AC Milan. Of course, they're both level on points with 5 points each. So, yeah, it's a proper game at St. James's Park. A lot of pressure. Matisse Nunes starts for City as well. Yeah, he does. I think something's happened to Jack Grealish. He might be injured. He's on the starting 11 He's on the starting 11 for Man City. I don't know though what's happened. So I was just looking at the starting 11. He may have got injured. I'm not sure. Let me take a look, see if I can find out for you. Yeah, looks like he did. Foden came on the 46th minute. So yeah, Foden came on. Looks like Grealish may have had to go off injured, but Oscar Bobb did start for City. They're 2-0 up. That was the early kickoff. So yeah, I was never gonna cover that and then these big games afterwards. But Hamilton got a goal. How is Hamilton playing? For anybody who's been watching that game, how's Hamilton been playing? Let me know. I guess whilst we're waiting for these games to kick off, we may as well keep an eye on what's going on there. But how's Hamilton been playing? What's been going on? Never heard of him, but scored. Was it a great goal? He got clotted. He scored his first goal. Injured in the game. Fair enough. Look, decent player. Haven't heard of. Big up, bro. What are you saying? What are your thoughts on the new Osimhen deal? 120 million euros to 140 million euros release clause, and that Chelsea are willing to go all out on who's this guy? I've never heard of him. Sporting Lisbon striker. Never heard of this guy. First of all, yeah. So on that second name, never seen him. So not sure about that guy as of yet. I haven't got into my striker January transfer window fever yet, where I start going through all the names out there in Europe that we're getting linked to and doing some research on all these guys. Osimhen, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I don't know if that's the actual release clause. If that's true, yeah, someone's gonna pay it. Someone's gonna have to pay it, but. Am I comfortable paying it? No, not really. Not really at all. But yeah, for me personally, I would prefer to not have to break the absolute bank like that for a striker. Is he 100% going to come in here and smash it up? You'd hope so, but there's no guarantees. So I've got PTSD with strikers, so I'm not 100% sold on that price tag. I'm not going to lie, it's a lot of money. I think there's other options out there that maybe might be smarter moves. But we may leave ourselves with no choice. Apparently, he's a monster. So he plays for Sporting Lisbon, right? You're saying he was at Coventry. I could quickly run a little check on him, but like I said, I've not watched him. Let me take a look. But I've heard his name, thrown around before. I have heard his name thrown around before. We've got like a short list of strikers. There's like 5 of them, isn't there? He's currently playing at Sporting. Yes. Whenever I think of Sporting, I always think of Edwards, to be honest, when he's coming in off that right-hand side. He's an absolute player, he is. This guy's 25 years old, 9 goals in 12, 4 assists. Is he quite complete? Anybody who's watched him extensively, let me know. Is he quite a complete player in terms of an all-rounder? Let me know. I'm intrigued. Loftus-Cheek starts. He does indeed. He's from Sweden. Yeah, indeed. I know, I get it. But from a can we do it financially? I've got questions. Why would he want to join us? I've got more questions. Like, why is a player at the peak of his powers that has the option to potentially go anywhere? Why would he want to come to Chelsea right now in our predicament? It's quite crazy to think that we could actually sign a player of that level, considering where we've been for the last 18 months. Maybe we can. You're saying he's both footed. Is he good in the air? I need to know if he's good in the air. If he's good in the air, I'm sitting up straight and I'm listening. Do you know what I mean? I need to know if he's good in the air, because Chelsea need a striker that can head the ball. That is one thing with Osimhen that I do like. The problem with Osimhen, though, that concerns me is that, of course, he as a player is a little bit susceptible to injuries. It seems like he does come across a couple of injuries every now and then. So that does worry me a little bit. So yeah, I think his injury record is a little bit shaky, Osimhen's. It's not terrible. It's not like on the floor, but it's shaky. And when Chelsea get involved with any player that's got a shaky injury record, we tend to make it 10 times worse. So I don't know, man. That price, yeah, I don't know. He bangs goals at the moment, but it's been 2 seasons at Napoli of, you could say, prolific goal scoring since his transfer from Lille. He went to Napoli for a lot of money as well. It wasn't cheap. But his all-round game, my biggest concern is always a striker's all-round game. Because I got PTSD, because this is Chelsea and they've had massive issues in this department, I am very, very cautious on a striker that doesn't have their all-round game. Obviously, putting the ball in the back of the net, he's got no problem. But I am a little bit worried about that side of things, his general play. But you're telling me this guy's got all-round game for sure. The Swedish Don. Yeah, interesting. 2-1 in the City game now. 2-1. Interesting. I've got lineups coming for both these teams. Apologies, they're not in different colors today. Being absolutely all over the place, just rushing around trying to get these done. I didn't have time to switch up the color scheme. Just happy to kind of get them done in the end. But yeah, the lineups are on screen and they will be arriving. The Dortmund and PSG ones. Going to leave the bench for today. We've got the starting 11s. That's what counts. But double header in this group should be interesting. All right, we're going to get score predictions going in a second. But yeah, so who else have we been linked to, right? We've been linked to the Swedish striker. We've been linked to Bonafide. Is it Bonafide? Bayer Leverkusen. We've been linked with Victor Osimhen. We've been linked with Ivan Toney. We've been linked with one other guy as well. I think there's one other guy on that list. Let me know the name in the chat if you guys know it. It's been circulating around on the old Twitter. Can't remember the last name on this list, but there was 5 people on this list. Vlahovic, no, injured. He's injured. As I said in the summer, people thought I was going crazy, but this guy, he's had a few injury issues, and I don't know what it is, right? It's like we don't learn. As a fan base, like we don't want to learn. We don't want to learn from our previous mistakes. I don't know how we're not traumatized. If there is a player out there in the world that we're linked with and they've got a sketchy injury record, they should immediately be put to the side and the whole situation should be put to bed. We don't go in for them. We are so terrible at managing injuries. We've got such an injury crisis. We've got an injury crisis constantly. Year in, year out, we have injury crisis. Why would you entertain splashing on a player that has a sketchy injury record? Why would you even entertain it as a Chelsea fan? Why would you even contemplate it? Have you not learned that we can't manage injuries, that we don't fix players, we break them? So just don't even get yourselves started on any player that has an injury record. Just literally move them to the side and ignore. That's what it needs to be. That's what I do. So I saw Vlahovic was struggling with injuries. I said, fuck it. No. You know, the shiny new toy sounds nice when it's come through the door and the announcement's being done and it's breaking news and the player is here and ready to make their debut. But when they start giving you sketchy injury records and they start pulling out of games and pulling up with hamstrings or whatever it is, you're not going to be so entertained anymore. You're not going to be impressed anymore. So, yeah, I don't even feel like I need to justify not wanting a player that's got an injury record. I feel like that should just be common sense at this point. They got a problem. I don't need that problem. We don't need those problems. So Vlahovic is injured right now. He's been injured a couple times already this season. Case closed. Don't want Vlahovic. Shouldn't even be a consideration. Let's see what else. And that goes for any player, really. We've got enough problems. You know what I mean? We've got enough problems. We're a hospital right now. It's insane. People are saying, obviously, the rivals, as per usual, are going to start suggesting their Dross, their Deadwood. They're like, oh, take this guy, take this guy. Another one is Jimenez. Yes, that might be the player that was on the list. I'm not 100% sure, but worth speaking about. He is banging in the goals at the moment, isn't he? So it's another one. There's a couple of players at the moment that are slapping in the goals. Santiago Jimenez is one of those guys. Let me just check his stats at the moment. It's 15 in 15, 3 assists. Now, is that sustainable? Is he outperforming his XG to a level where it's actually quite, puzzling, where it's like, are you really going to be able to keep that up? I don't know. How old is he? 22? Is he? No? I think he is. So he's a young player as well, I think. I don't know. It's the Dutch league. At least he's smashing it, right? At least he's smashing it. I've said it on I don't know what show I was saying it on, but if you're going to sign players from these leagues, at least let them be smashing those leagues to pieces, right? At least let them be absolutely ripping those leagues to shreds. No, Lautaro Martinez always comes up every single year. Seems like a player that's literally just going to stay put exactly where he is right now. Some of these names that are coming up in the chat are outrageous. Some of these names that are coming up in the chat are outrageous. Oh my days. I'm not even gonna read out some of them. I'm not even going to read out some of these names because it's mad. You do not respect my club. Oh dear. All right. Cool. So your teams are on screen. Not gonna get into it too much. But yeah, they're on screen. Take them in. Julian Brandt starts. Royce is starting. All these guys are starting. What's outrageous about Solanke? Didn't actually see that recommendation, I'm not even going to lie to you. I didn't even see that one. I wasn't even talking about that one. I was talking about a different player in that chat. I wasn't talking about Solanke. But even still, I think Solanke is... Sometimes like a player is just good where they are, Sometimes a player is just good exactly where they are. They're playing at their level. They're getting game time. The pressure's the right amount. Sometimes you just got to leave people where they be. I think Solanke was at Liverpool. He was a lot younger, of course. How old is Solanke now? Solanke right now, what he needs is to be playing week in, week out. He's not of the age where he could come in. He's 26. He's approaching his prime. Is he ready to make that next step up? I don't know. I don't think so. I think right now, 8 goals, 16, leave him be. Let him crack the double digits. Let's see if he can hit 15 for the season. If he can hit 15 for the season, we can have a conversation about him maybe moving up a level. Now, I know people are going to troll me. They're going to be like, you are the upper level. You are the next level. You're shit. But we're not like at a point of no return yet. We're almost there. If we start, no disrespect, going in for players like Solanke as our lead forward, I think at this point, you may as well just accept that you are destined to be in this part of the table. You're not moving. We still need to try and entertain some, top options whilst they still might not be aware of just how screwed we are. Like a Osherman. Again, like I said, if I was Osherman, I wouldn't come to Chelsea. If I was Osherman's agent, I wouldn't put him at Chelsea. But if he's stupid enough to come here, then fair play. You know what I mean? Fair play. Let's get him while we can. That's how I see it. It's crazy. I'd take Solanke, I can't lie. He is very good. He's very good. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not. I know he just smashed up Manchester United, so now all the Man United fans are like, oh, you know. But I'm just saying, you know, let's just calm it down. Let's calm it down. It's a good player. You can't be too picky. Good player, but not here. Not right up here. Yeah, he's 26, 27, 26. Maybe turning 27. Yeah, some of you are doing too much now. Just because he went to Old Trafford and done a madness, it doesn't make him an insane player. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying not to send digs. But anyway, Beto just got to Everton. He's improved. He's improved. He has improved. All right. Whilst you guys are here, make sure you smash up the likes, of course. Let's get that done. Interesting situations, like I said. Manchester City 2-1 up. I've actually got that up on screen now, so let me keep an eye on it. Man City 2-1 up. Is Hamilton still on the pitch, or is he off? Is Pep taking? There's only 6 minutes left anyway. He's completely rested the entire team. Phillips, I don't know how Phillips has played. Does it really matter? Probably on the shop window anyway. Probably ready to be sold. I'm sure Pep's sick of him at this point. Would rather just move on. He slagged him off and then he took it back. It was one of those weird situations. He was like, yeah. Oh, it's a penalty. And who's going to take it? Who's that? It's Phillips. Wow. Speak of the devil. Phillips with the penalty. He scores. He scores. Just as I mentioned him. That brother scores. Crazy. I didn't expect him to be taking a penalty, but I guess they just decided to give it over to him. Man City now 3-1 up. That'll be that. Someone said Suarez. At his old age, my days. How much would you spend to get Onana off Everton? I like Onana at Everton, right? I think he's a good player. Would I bring him in? Not necessarily. Reason being, I think every player I bring in at this point, and I don't want to bring in many, right? We're talking about potentially a spine of a goalkeeper. People are talking about a midfielder. People are talking about strikers for sure. I agree. Centre backs, I don't. Even midfield, I think it's very cheeky to even be talking about bringing in another midfielder. But very cheeky. But if you're going to bring in one, I'm sorry, they have to have leadership qualities. They have to have experience, and they have to, they have to have those two things. Every player that we bring in at this point needs to be of a certain age profile. We should now make a new rule that they have to be over 25. I don't need any more 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds, no more young players. Like, anybody that comes in now needs to have been there and done it. And that's just that. If they're not, then no, I don't need it. So, yeah, we have Leslie. You know, we have all these players. It's mad. The midfield is packed. Absolutely packed. Lavia's there. Leslie's there. Why do you need another young six? Andre Santos is there. If you're bringing someone in, let them be of an elderly age, minimum 27 years old and upwards. That should be the new rule. And it's not even about age; it's about leadership, really, because leadership is what we're really lacking. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking for: people that have leadership qualities, not more young players to have to, cuddle and cradle and shit. City. Oh my God, City should have conceded a second. Oh my days. How has he hit the post from there? I will never understand. How has he hit the post from there? What an opportunity that was. What an opportunity. I'm definitely bigging up Solanke because he smashed us. Still laughing at how Chelsea derailed Tottenham's whole season. It's mad. If you can't do anything constructive yourselves, then you may as well make everybody around you or make someone around you implode. Or make your rivals implode. And that's what we did. We literally mash up their whole season for no reason. And we ain't got nothing to show for it even ourselves. We're not doing anything serious at the moment. We're not going anywhere. We just thought, yeah, we'll have a bit of that. Tottenham, ruin your lives for no reason. So mad. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Currently doing my uni dissertation. Thanks for these regular streams. It helps me get work done with you on in the background. Much appreciated, brother. Good luck to you. I couldn't cut it, but I'm hoping that you absolutely thrive in that. What degree are you doing? Let me know. But I hope you absolutely thrive in that, brother. I tapped out. Do you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, too much pressure, too much work, too much dedication. Bye bye. Oh dear. Let's see what's going on here. Paulinia and Tony apparently top of the list. Yeah, I've seen Paulinia. Thing is with Paulinia is like he's the complete opposite of what we have currently. We've got a lot of players that are good in the first phase, in my opinion. The Lavias, the Caicedos, the players that can receive the ball under pressure, the players that can potentially, you know, be very press resistant and play through them. And then Paulinia is the complete opposite. Like you wouldn't play through Paulinia, and you wouldn't want to have Paulinia get pressed non-stop because he might turn it over. His passing range is pretty limited, but he's exactly what you probably lack, which is a proper six, a destroyer, somebody who's going to win the ball back, win his aerial duels, handle business. And, you know, that's what we maybe lack, right? Brings height to the team, experience to the team. So I can see it. How much is he going to cost? Who knows? Am I ashamed? Yes, I am. I'm absolutely ashamed that we are still having to look at midfielders and we are even potentially bringing in more midfielders. And the consequences of said player maybe coming in, like a Paulinia, is probably the end of Leslie Ochuku in the first team because you're not going to have 5 midfielders for 2 spots. So if Paulinia is coming in, which is insane. Listen, if he, let me just say this. If he comes in, I don't want to hear another complaint about midfield options from Poch. You've got Lavia, who you haven't even seen yet, but he's there. You got Caicedo, Enzo, and Paulinia for 2 spots. Most of the league, if not everybody in the league, would bite your hand off for those options, right? Absolutely bite your hand off for those options. Obviously, Man City have Rodri, he's clear. But in terms of like Cover, Nunes, and you know, they'll still happily, Man City, have a Caicedo or an Enzo. Because if you take these players, who I believe are quality players, out of that side and put them in an incredible system like Pep's or put them at Arsenal or Liverpool, they thrive and nobody's looking at these players like they're bums, right? So if you're still complaining with those options, honest to God, you are a psychopath. If you are still complaining with those options, that's all I'm going to say. This team are fighting back. They are. They've just scored from a corner. The ball was whipped in. It's a lovely delivery. They almost scored previously by hitting the post. They've scored now. It's now 3-2. Let's see. But you know, even if they do get the equalizer, they're not going anywhere. But it'll be good for them just to say they got something from this game against City. But yeah, it's a good header, free header. Nobody's marking. So yeah, it's an interesting one. All right, cool. Watch Caicedo. I know the board is regretting that. Too early to judge for me. Way too early. He's also nowhere near he's not as bad as people make out, but he's just not been great. He's just been near, which is not good enough, right? But nowhere near giving up on him at all. Wouldn't even bring it into my thought process. Like, you just think I think the manager, honestly, I think the manager needs to do better. I think he's got good midfielders there. He needs to get the best out of them. He's not getting the best out of these guys right now. All jokes aside, Lacart would do well in your team. I don't know if you could say all jokes aside and then say Lacart. Yeah, I don't know about that, Wick. I think you're playing games. I feel like Anthony would be good. No, you're taking the piss, mate. You're taking the absolute piss. That's the second super chat I've read now, and you're taking the absolute piss. You are on a madness, mate. Man said Anthony. I should have read that one out first. Then I would have known you're a joker. Osherman would have buried that header that Jackson. Yeah. Missed against Manchester United. That is a potential issue with Victor. He's all action. Yeah, my only concerns with him is his all-round game in terms of what can he bring when he's not obviously attacking things in the box and obviously he runs the channels really well, which is great as well. Works hard, presses, just link up and hold up and, you know, not I don't want turnovers when the ball goes to him. That's my only thing. Don't want the ball to be turned over. But that's always a PTSD thing. But in terms of heading the ball and taking those shots, yeah, he's definitely right up there. It's just the price point is so high, man. It's just so high. And I just feel like it's a big gamble to pay that much money at this point again for another player, especially with our own financial situation, which is basically we are on the cusp of missing out on European football. So we need to be very careful. Man said Lacazette. He's got less goals than Lukaku in Serie A. Napoli in general are just not as good as they were last year, are they? Don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on. Exactly. No, I don't. And that's why I don't really bring his name up, because I'd be absolutely stunned if he did come to us. Like, what reason does he have to come to us? That's always been my point. Like, how did you hit your head to come to that conclusion that you come to Chelsea in the peak of your powers? How hard did you have to hit your head, and what did you see at this football club to make you think that this is the move for you? What did you see? Because you can't even say money. You know why you can't say money anymore? It's because Chelsea don't even pay high wages. Chelsea have done a lot of work in bringing their wage bill down drastically. They don't pay players premium anymore. You take a look at what players are on at this current moment, and they're all within a certain bracket, right? So money isn't it, performance isn't it, European football isn't it, stability isn't it. What is it? you know, I see him as a player that, you look at Real Madrid right now, right? Real Madrid are struggling in terms of the striker position. They're using Bellingham as like this kind of, what do you want to call him? Frank Lampard-esque midfielder, arrives in the box, attacks situations in the air, arrives, takes his shots, gets on the end of things, puts the ball in the back of the net. And that's great. It's getting the best out of him at the moment. But you would want someone else there to put the ball in the back of the net. Vinny and Rodrigo will chip in, but they don't really have another striker. It's just Hosselu, and he's not great, right? So why not go to Real Madrid? Why are Real Madrid not front line and center? Why are they not head of the queue for Victor Osimhen? That's where I'd be trying to go if I was him. Makes perfect sense. They need a striker. You are a striker. Obviously Mbappe, people talk about, but I'm kind of bored of that saga, man. That guy was meant to go to Real Madrid like 3 times already. It never happens. And he doesn't even want to play up front anyway. He wants to play on the left, and that's where Vinny plays. So it's not even like it's a simple situation. He ain't a Madrid striker. He's dead technically. Obviously, yeah, they're used to Benzema. They've had Higuain. They've had some. I mean, Real Madrid have had incredible strikers. You go all the way back to Raul and Ronaldo and all these guys. But it depends how the team's set up. If you've got Vinny and Rodrigo in the wide areas, creating, linking up, coming inside, doing the combination play. You've got Bellingham. You've got other players that are doing all the build up and doing all the chance creation. Then maybe they don't need necessarily someone to offer so much in those phases, and just to be in the box and to put the ball in the back of the net. Depends how they want to go. It also depends on the manager coming in, because obviously Ancelotti's leaving at the end of the season. He's going to go to Brazil, probably be his last job. If he wins the World Cup, he's basically won in career. In terms of a career, he's basically won. He's everything. He's done everything. I don't know how he's going to win a World Cup with that Brazil team based on what I'm looking at. But yeah, good luck to you. Who comes in? Is it going to be Xabi Alonso? We'll have to see. Depends on what the plan is. Also, Endrick, good point. Endrick is obviously joining Real Madrid as well. So, but he's young. Endrick is so young that I think you can still buy a striker of Victor Osimhen's level, especially of his age, where he's, 24, going to be 25. I think you can still buy a striker like that and still not worry about Endrick, who's basically coming in as a kid. Bring him in off the bench appearances. Don't do too much with him and expect him to start from the get go, unless he's generational. I don't know. Bonafide will end up better than Osimhen. Interesting. Obviously doing business at Leverkusen. How easy will he be even to prize away? I mean, they're top of the league at the moment. Technicality is not just about flair. Be more broad in your ball knowledge. Don't be stuck in the past. Let's see. Tony wants Arsenal. Endrick is a baller. Let's see. Let's see what else is being said. Bonafide will end up. Yeah, we read that one. Listen, it's difficult to tell. He's in the Bundesliga. We've seen a lot of strikers over there smashing things up. You kind of got to get out of that league first, and then we go from there with a lot of strikers, especially with what we've seen over recent years. That's why in Nkunku, you can also tell on the eye test. Like, you can see a player like Nkunku based on what he did at Leipzig, based on little dashes of what he did for France and what he was doing when he was coming into that French team, that he's got a lot more attributes to offer to the game than someone like a Timo Werner had. Obviously, not even playing the same position. So you can pluck out a striker from the Bundesliga and kind of see if they're taking the piss with the high lines and just, completely obliterating the league based on the deficiencies in the defending, or are they actually just good players? But you got to be careful, because sometimes it's so easy to get opportunities in that league that the players themselves, they're not actually working on some of the attributes that they need to adapt to other leagues. It's just so easy to get opportunities that they just end up just watering away in the other aspects, because it's just, like I said, it's just too easy. The lines are too high, man. They don't defend over there. I've never seen a deep line. I've never seen a deep defensive line in that league ever. It's actually insane. Never seen it once. Never seen it once. Yeah, but you see, Iceman, you wanted Vlahovic, right? And you haven't mentioned him since he got injured, which is puzzling to me. I think you should bring him up more. Is he injured right now? I think he is. Why have you not brought him up? Because you used to. When Vlahovic, it's funny, when Vlahovic was banging in goals, he was like, yeah, I couldn't stop talking about him. Now, doesn't bring him up. Doesn't bring him up. Strange. Very strange behavior. Let me see what is going on with him. He's missed. Yeah. Who knows? Or keep Lukaku. Over my dead body, brother. No chance. Who will go through, PSG or Newcastle? I think PSG are in a great position to go through, purely because, first of all, we know that Dortmund have qualified. Dortmund are potentially going to be on the beach mentally. They're going to be chilling, vibing. They're going to be pedestrian. They're going to be passive, pedantic, all of those words. I would love to see a contest. I'd love to see a fight, and Dortmund to really focus on top in the group, which, to do that, I believe they need to get something just to guarantee that PSG don't leapfrog. But let me check the head-to-head scores actually on that one before I tell you that they need to get a result. Dortmund have played PSG once, and the winner of that game was... let's take a look. It was PSG. So, yeah. If Dortmund want to top the group based on the head-to-head ruling, they need to get something from the game, because PSG beat them 2-0 in France. So if PSG win this game, they'll go level on points with Dortmund, and then they should go top based on the head-to-head. Now, Dortmund's team is strong. It is. But Bayern Munich's team last night was strong, and they didn't show up on any violence. I know they won the game, but it was one of the most passive matches I've watched this season, if not the most passive match. It felt like a preseason game. So they put out a strong lineup. They kind of let me down, to be honest. Dortmund put out a strong lineup. Let's see if they're serious. But yeah, if Dortmund want to qualify as league leaders in this group, they need to get something from the game, because the head-to-head record doesn't favor them. If they do get something from the game, that means Dortmund top the group, and worst case, PSG get a point, 8 points. If Newcastle beat AC Milan, they'll go level on points with PSG, and they should qualify as second, as head-to-head between them and PSG, helping them get through with a draw in France and a win at St. James's Park. So Newcastle, can they go through? Unfortunately, I'm going to say PSG, because I do think PSG can beat Dortmund. But you never know. You never know. It's a tough one. But I think PSG, with everything in their hands, I think they'll handle it. I think they will go through. What's disappointing is that if PSG didn't get the result against Newcastle in the first place, which they shouldn't have got a point, they should have left with nothing, then Newcastle will be in complete control. tonight, and it'd be completely different. So that moment was the moment. And listen, this doesn't even just apply to Newcastle. AC Milan are on 5 points as well. They could still go through tonight. If they beat Newcastle, they go level on points with PSG if they draw, or potentially ahead of PSG if they lose. And what is their head-to-head record with PSG? Let's take a look. All teams can qualify here. This is incredible. PSG beat AC Milan at the Parc des Princes. And then in the returning fixture, we are trying to find, we are going to see what they drew of Newcastle. They beat PSG 2-1. So they beat PSG 2-1 at the San Siro, and they lost to PSG 3-0 in France. So head to head, it's 1 win, 1 draw. If it's coming down to goals, then obviously PSG have won that because they've battered them. So yeah, interesting situation. But if it's coming down to that, then PSG have won that battle. And then on head to head, they won't go through. What is this sympathy for Newcastle? It's not really even sympathy. I don't think it's sympathy. I think it's more me wanting them to do well in the Champions League, because why not? You know, like, I don't have any beef with Newcastle. Why not? Go do well. Before, it was because I wanted the 5th spot for Champions League for England. Now my team probably won't even be anywhere near that, so I'm not really asked. But yeah, still, go do well. I don't mind. No beef. This love affair needs to end. These men are your top 6 rivals now. People, I have to be near them for them to be my rivals for top 6. Like, I get it. If you're Man United, you've had to fight for that 3rd spot last season with Newcastle, tooth and nail. So you feel like they're amongst you now. And yeah, you got to get your elbows out and you've got to start really asserting your shit, asserting your dominance, right? You got to take a shit on the tree like a dog. And you've got to say, this is my territory. Piss off, Newcastle. I get it. But for a team that finished, where did we finish last season? 12th? Is it 12th or 10th? I don't know anymore. Same shit. For a team that finished mid-table last season, is on track to finish mid-table this season, I haven't really developed this back and forth with Newcastle yet, because we're nowhere near. We're nowhere near. So until we get up there, it's not my problem, to be honest. So yeah. Who are my rivals now? My rivals, we are rivals with ourselves. We are our own worst enemy. The rivals are amongst us, you know? Our rivals are ourselves. We are our own worst enemies. That's who our rivals are. Our rivals are the people that we converse with on a daily basis about our own club. We are fighting each other. I'm seeing it on Twitter. I was actually just recording with Joey earlier on, and I saw all of the anarchy that took place between this whole Mudryk and Chilwell thing, and the clip and everything, and everybody going off, and oh my God. And I think because there's so much tension in the air right now with our club, people are even more like, they're even more attached to just anything that happens. Every single thing that happens now, they're immediately on it. Like, they're just not pissing around as a fan base. Now, it was taken out of context, because the clip, if you was to extend it even 5 seconds more, you would have seen that he was saying, oh, it's just a joke. And to be honest, like, it's weird. Like, when you go to Twitter, all normal interactions that happen on a daily basis in real life, in pubs, when you're walking with your mates to the ground, when you're talking about football in WhatsApp group chats, when you're talking about football in Twitter group chats, when you're talking about football in spaces, whenever it goes to Twitter, in writing or in video, people just seem to lose all touch of reality and how football is spoken about outside of just the professional way to talk about it, right? So it's just weird. It's like you would many hold on a second. Can't talk about people moving mad. I wasn't moving mad. Skullfuggery was moving mad. But when it comes down to like someone saying like, that conversation is just so simplistic and so like just whatever. But obviously, like I said to him, I was like, bruv, when you're on camera, or because this happened before recording started, so it wasn't even part of the podcast or the show. I just said, bro, when you're on camera, you just have to just remember that anything can get clipped at any moment and taken out of any context, because yeah, you can't have those normal banter conversations when you're on camera. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. Even though it's very normal. It's very normal. If you I'm gonna read that out in a minute. When you like say your mate, and this is how it was, right? Because he explained it to me. If your mate really loves Mudrik, and like you know that your barber cuts Chilwell's hair, and you're like, oh, I heard, you know, Chilwell doesn't think he's very good, and you look over him and you're like, and then you know your friend's gonna get riled up by that, and then he gets pissed off, and then he's like, oh, fuck him, man. It's like, oh, I was just joking. It's like, it's normal. That when I explain it to you like that, you're like, oh, that's pretty normal, isn't it? Like, it's just banter between mates. But when it's videoed and on camera and clipped and put somewhere, people just think, oh my God, it's a catastrophe. This is incredible. Oh my days. I'm just like, no, it's really just not. But I get it. Like I said, it was clipped, so it is what it is. It's a very concentrated place, Twitter. Very high concentration levels going on over there. People are very entang. What's the word? What's the word that JD used with Will? It's an entanglement. That's it. Everybody on Twitter is in an entanglement with the sport right now. They're very entrenched with every single moment and every single post, every single story from every single player. Every single notification is on. Every single bit of news, every single fucking thing is absolutely the be all and end all on that platform. So you just have to remember it's not. It wasn't clout chasing because the cameras wasn't rolling. That's the problem. The podcast wasn't live at that moment. And also, who wants clout for that? Like, nobody wants clout for that. And it's not his pod, so he wasn't trying to drive numbers over for it either. I know it sounds nice to say these things, just sometimes it's just not as deep as you think it is, mate. It's just not. And if you were speaking on football in the same way that he's speaking on it, you'd have these moments as yourselves too, and you'd be like, Jesus Christ, now I see what it's like. So try and picture if you were in that seat, you know, you'd understand that you can't go through your entire content creating career not slipping up with a bit of a joke that's taken out of context once or twice in your entire career. It's just not possible. Which is what I said to him today. I was like, bro, it's fine. The day, you know, there'll be something else going on later on today that people will go crazy for, and your thing here will be forgotten quite quickly. For someone in this, speaking from my own position, right? I don't think any clout is necessarily good clout, in my opinion, personally. I think you need to be careful of what clout you're collecting, why you got that clout, and because it could get you put in a position where you're now only known for something that you don't really want to be known for, and you can't get out of it, and you can't redefine yourself or rebrand yourself or really showcase any talent that you potentially have because you've been written off as whatever you've gained the clout for. So to say clout is anything and everything and not actually care about what the actual clout came from and where it, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, because otherwise I'd just be running around naked on the high street asking people to fucking video it, get it, go viral, and then I'll get my clout, right? So yeah, don't think I agree with that. Once that clout comes and that shit sticks, what then? Can you monetize it? Can you make money from it? Is it that kind of clout, or is it just pointless clout that makes you look like an idiot and you can't go anywhere with it in life apart from just basically just go viral, and then what then? What's next? Not necessarily a good thing, people. Yeah, temporarily. Listen, this is just me. Temporarily being relevant is not really of any use to anyone. You can be relevant for 5 seconds. There's too much content being pumped out on all these platforms for anyone to be caring about being temporarily relevant. I think you should be trying to be consistent and be, you know, relevancy is an interesting one, but you should be able to be here for a long time. You know, you should try to strive for longevity. Try to strive for do what you want to do in that space for 10, 15, 20 years and have fun while doing it. To be relevant for 5 seconds, I don't get it. Not gonna lie. Time is coming. Time is coming. Let's see. Let me go switch over now. These games are going to kick off. I've got one of these games up. I need to get all of these games up. That's what I need to do. We got Dortmund and PSG players walking out. PSG, Mbappe is on screen. He's walking out. Newcastle, there they are. Walking out. We've got everybody ready to go now. Now we're cooking. I think the speed approach is good idea at first. It was crazy, but he's still doing his thing. Yeah, it depends what age you are, right? If you're 17, 18, 19, I don't know how old he is, 20, you can do that, right? You can play with fire and hump air on webcams or whatever I just saw the other day. You can do that, you know, but if you're not, then you gotta act your age. You know what I mean? It's not gonna run when you're 28 or 30 with a beard. So yeah, you gotta do you, you know, be you. You can't fake it. You know, he's a kid. Act like a kid, you know, enjoy it. You've got a great opportunity to grow and develop and, you know, go on that arc, you know. If you go on the internet at that age, you have the opportunity and the luxury to kind of go through those teething problems and act in a crazy way and then come out of it, you know, and see the other side. Doing that at 30, nah, not gonna work. Not quite gonna work. So yeah, just depends. Let's get the timer going. Let's get the timer going. What am I doing? Honestly, I'm all over the shop today. All right. Just as I was yesterday, really, to be honest. Like, yeah, I wish I would have definitely. Well, I was on YouTube at that age. I just didn't get any views, but I wish I could have got, you know, great views when I was 17. This would have been the dream, right? But you can't pick and choose when people start watching your stuff. You know, you just have to just grind and graft, and whenever you get somewhere, you get somewhere. So yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, people. Let's see. But yeah, that method doesn't work for everyone. Just saying. He's absolutely smashing it. But I'm sure there's a lot of people out there copying him, getting like 20 views a video, licking bus stops and shit. Doesn't work for everyone. Trust me. Oh dear. You wouldn't want to lick bus stops and get 20 views for it. Catch a whole heap of diseases for no reason. It's not the way. Not the way at all. All right. I'm being serious, because like everybody only sees the people that are like doing something, right? Because obviously you're only going to see them because that's why they're getting views, because you're seeing them, right? The people that are on, there's so many YouTubers out there that are getting like 3, 4, 5 views a video, and they're probably doing insane stuff that you would think, wow, they're worse than Speed. They're not getting any views though. So you know, it's one of those ones where there's a lot of YouTubers out there that probably are putting in bare work and doing a whole mazzoline, and no one's seeing it. So it's not necessarily always going to work for everyone. And I would know, because I was there. I was there, man, getting 20 views on shit, and just I was happy with 50 views on a podcast at one point. It's crazy. Crazy. All right, we're kicking off. We're kicking off. I am going to have to reset that damn timer because these games ain't synced, but I'm just going to go with the game that's ahead. Newcastle AC Milan is the one that I'm going to prioritize. They've kicked off. Things are already getting snappy. So let's get into it. Dortmund, PSG's a bit behind. What can you do? Newcastle have to win, don't forget, against AC Milan to have a chance of qualifying. If they do not, then they go home, or they go to Europa League, which is going to be a very entertaining competition this year. I'll say that. Dortmund PSG is kicked off now as well. I'm kind of actually in kind of midway between these guys. Check Fab. Check Fab. Okay, I will. More than you can believe. I'm gonna buy a camera. Speed done convinced me. You're funny. All right, cool. Let me check what Thab's saying because everybody's spamming. Oh, is that a goal? No? Oh, I thought it was a goal. I thought someone was running off in celebration, but I got absolutely hoodwinked. All right, cool. Both these games are going on. We'll be sure to let you know what's happening. All right, so this is actually big news. Napoli have reached an agreement in principle with Victor Osimhen on new contract with release clause included. It will be valid until June 2026, one more year. Final value of clause to be decided, I think that is, or to be something to, I don't know, TDB, whatever that stands for. I probably should know that, but feeling very slow. Could be around 130 million euros as per Sky. Official announcement expected soon. So a release clause is going to be inserted into his contract to guarantee Napoli a certain amount of money. TDB. Why do I not know what that is? What's wrong with me? Pretty sure I should know that. TDB meaning to be decided. Sorry, obviously to be determined. That's what I meant. So yeah, Dortmund are coming forward. To be decided. Like I said, brain is not functioning today. Really just impressed that I'm even here. Yeah, here we go. Dortmund, come on. I'm just looking forward to 2 cracking games, man. That's all I'm here for. And obviously Livramento as well, because he starts tonight at left back for Newcastle. Almiron's currently on the ball on the right-hand side, trying to cook up something crazy, looking like he's going to whip in across. He doesn't beat the... Oh, he sliced it. Defender sliced it for Milan. It does end up... It's Tomori, I think, that may have sliced it. This kit that AC Milan are wearing is insane. It's like a purple to pink kit. It's really quite eye-catching for sure. It's insane. This kit is nuts. Trying to work out if I like it or not. Big Mike got shoulder barged or bodied by, I think it was Joe Lennon, was it? Or maybe Callum Wilson. You don't want to be getting injured again, that guy. Interesting kit, yeah. I don't know. It's I don't want to say it's horrible yet. I just want to get a closer look, but it's I need to get one more look at it. But it's a bit fucked. It's a bit messed up. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Dortmund, PSG's kicking off and going off craziness right now over there. Might grow on you. It might. Antwerp 1-0 up against Barca. I didn't get even predictions going in the poll. We were just chatting about other things. Who knew? I guess we'll have to leave predictions for today, is what it is. Dortmund, PSG. It looks lively, high-tempoed, much different to the game, obviously, yesterday, which started at a snail's pace. Really, really slow match at Old Trafford yesterday. It was almost, like I said, a preseason game. Nobody was putting any intensity into that match. No pressure on the ball or anything. It was just pedantic, man. It was awful. But we did see some quality in the end, thankfully. How was Saeed's rant? I didn't get to check it out in the end. Was it as explosive as usual? How's my brother holding up? Is he okay? To finish bottom of your group, and I'll be making sure that Flex understands this tomorrow, is an absolute catastrophe. Like I said, I'm not meant to be sending any more shots, but I can't help it. I'm just saying. I'm not even sending shots. I'm just saying it's mad. It's mad. It's mad. I need to ask him what happened. I'm not going to make fun. I'm just going to ask questions. I'm just going to ask what happened because I'm shocked. Newcastle have a free kick on the edge of the area. Distance to goal is some meters. It looks like a good opportunity for a certain Trippier. Oh, over the bar. Just over the bar by Trippier. Almost. Couldn't quite bring the ball back down. Got a very tall group of players in there, like Loftus-Cheek and Giroud, so it was always going to be difficult. But Newcastle know they have to win this game, which means they should be super aggressive, and they are. They're pressing AC Milan a lot. They've just won the ball back, really high press, a lot of intensity going on. And obviously they've lost 2 games in a row, Tottenham and Everton. So they've got a little bit of a bounce back needed on that team as well. Here's Mbappe, brings it into Barcola, and they keep trying to funnel the ball across, and they still have it PSG in the box, and Dortmund just about get it clear. Almost had an opportunity to get a shot off there between Barcola and Mbappe. Not far away. Dortmund are the only team tonight that are guaranteed Champions League qualification, obviously, from this group. And they're really just trying to make sure they finish top. Everybody else has got something to play for. Everybody else can qualify. So should be good games, man. What happened to the Grand Dam? I haven't seen Dammy in a while, man. Anita actually just tagged me in a post on Twitter there a couple hours ago saying that she misses us. I did see Anita a couple of weeks ago, which was great, but I haven't seen them together in a while. Dammy is working. He's working. He's got a tech job, I think it is. I'm not very good with all that. I've got a few friends that are in tech and I have no idea what the hell they do. But I just say they do tech. But yeah, it does some complicated, smart shit. The real nerd. And yeah, man, I need to get the band back together for a podcast or something at some point. But it's just madness. Everybody's so busy. So he lives on the other side of London. I must link up soon. But yeah, maybe I'll give him a ring, see if he picks up at halftime, just randomly. But yeah, that's what Dammy's at. He doesn't really make content anymore. But if you keep an eye out, you might sometimes see him on DR Sports. He does drop in every now and then and do a live stream, watch along and whatnot. So keep an eye out, man. Sometimes you see him. He just drops in. He's like it's very mysterious. He just kind of just pops up and then just disappears again. You have to catch him. You have to try and catch him while he's there. I was bored. Do you know what happened? I was bored, right? Because I lost a bet on the Big Six. I'm someone that actually be sadly fulfilling my L's when it comes to bets, right? Same with the whole skullfuggery Twitter thing. I think this wasn't a Big Six thing. I think this was actually on my own channel. I set the timer for a show and it was meant to be 11 a.m. in the morning, and I set it for 11 p.m. at night accidentally, right? 12-hour clock and whatnot. And a lot of the community were waiting, right? And I felt super bad because I only clocked this at like 12. People in the chat like, where are you? Why aren't you here? What the fuck? And I was like, shit. So obviously I had to apologize. And then I said, you know what? If we get, I don't know what it was, I think it was like 500 likes on the stream, that was wrong in terms of the time. I said I would go bald. And I quickly learned that I didn't set the likes high enough, because that got completed quite easily and quite quickly. And next thing you know, I'm shaving my head off on Big Six. So went bald. Yeah, crazy. Girlfriend was not happy. Didn't suit me. And I think Gab Marcotti was quite scared of me as well when I interviewed him the day after I went bald, looking like some, I don't know what I look like. So yeah, paid the price, that's for sure. Paid the price. But yeah, funny. Bald Tease, they were calling me on Twitter. Madness. That feels like a long time ago, man. That really does. Funny though. Adeyemi starts for Dortmund as well today. We keep bringing him up because and obviously Makoko, every single time we watch a Dortmund game in the Champions League this season, these two young players are never starting. So it's good to see Adeyemi starting. I hope that he fulfills his potential. I like the player, especially because I got to see him tear my team apart on transition last season. So I hope he fulfills his potential, man. I don't like seeing Dortmund young players not fulfilling their potential. It feels wrong. You know, Dortmund have had so many good young players come through, or they've purchased and then developed. If they have young players that are talented and they don't do anything, I kind of don't really feel like all is well with the world. If that's the case, I feel like that's wrong. On a footballing level, that's just wrong. Yeah, you don't need to ask me that question. I think the Big Six. So there was a short. Much appreciated. Thank you for becoming a new member, bro. I think there was a short that the Big Six channel uploaded, right? And it was me. Well, there was loads of tweets, wasn't there? That was on my account. And yeah, that got exposed and whatnot. Yes. What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? I think it's fair to say I got too excited about my team. But I've done worse in life, you know. I got too excited. Kill me, shoot me. What can you do? I can only do what I feel is right at the time. I was excited. I thought that, especially with the midfield, I wasn't excited about the forward line. I was just saying, you know what, they're here now. May as well support them. But like I said, when they signed, especially Mudryk and Madueke, I did have a big raised eyebrow at the time. Like, why have we signed these guys? But with the midfield, I was gassed. I ain't gonna lie. I was absolutely gassed, and I'm still gassed. I'm actually still excited. I know we're absolutely awful, but I really do believe that midfield there's a lot of quality and potential in it. I just think the manager just needs to fix up a little bit, you know. He's headed away now. Dortmund and PSG battling it out for this first goal. Dortmund down the left-hand side. See if they potentially can get the ball in. It sounds crazy, but I'm still long-term very excited about what we have in midfield. I just think we just need to be very careful. Need to be very careful about how we go forward. The timer is technically for both games. It's kind of in the middle of both games because both games are not in sync. So yeah, but they're both about 30 seconds gap. So it's not the end of the world. They're kind of close enough. They're 30 seconds between them. Smash up the likes if you're just joining us. Double header tonight. Dortmund versus PSG. And obviously Newcastle versus AC Milan. We're watching both the games and we're seeing what's going on. Mbappe needs to be stepping up today. Been disappointed with some of his performances this season in the Champions League. Newcastle, both games, he was irrelevant, really. So yeah, let's see if tonight he steps up. Do you guys feel like Mbappe's made the wrong choice, even for his own career, by trying to become a left winger? Or do you think he should have stayed as a striker? I don't know. Like, when he was playing for France in the World Cup, I was like, okay, I get it. He's playing left wing for France, and I get it. Like, he's showing more than just running in behind and getting goals. Like, he's showing that he can really contribute to a lot of phases of play. He's still nowhere near on the footballing level of like the previous GOATs, of course. And when we talk about the GOAT conversation right now, it's massively diluted because these guys now are nowhere near the level of Ronaldo or Messi. I don't even think Mbappe has even shown to be a better striker than Suarez, who was at Liverpool in his peak. Definitely, I think Suarez is a better player. So it's like this, it's mad. It's such a drop off, but obviously because Mbappe's done big things, you got to give him his credit. Like he's still a big, massive name, turning up on the World Cup stage against Messi and whatnot. But just as a footballer, it's tough, man. It's a big drop off. He cooks with a techie target man type striker, like a Giroud, right? Like a Giroud. Even though they tried to kind of, and they still, I don't know, they tried to kind of shoehorn Benzema in, and well, not even shoehorn him in because he's a great player, but they tried to kind of like push Benzema back into the team with Griezmann and whatnot. But Giroud was cooking with that team, man. Banged in so many goals for his country. He's absolutely cooking with that team. So I think he does suit them, Giroud. I think he's underrated. Said it before. Need to see him at Real Madrid. But the thing is, if he goes to Real Madrid, he has to go up front. If he goes up front, that's not where he wants to play, right? He said he wants to play left wing. There is no left wing at Real Madrid for him because Vinicius is there. Dortmund just played the ball in between the lines, fashioned out a really good opportunity, shot wide from the on-rushing defender. I think it's Hernandez, is it? If he doesn't do that, I think Dortmund are 1-0 up. And that just goes to show why you've got to throw your body and put your body on the line at all times when you're last-ditch defending. Because if he doesn't do that, Dortmund are 1-0 up because the striker has much more time to pick his spot past Donnarumma. It's only because he was coming in late that he had to rush that shot and put it wide. So it's great defending. I'm just seeing PSG are trying to play out from the back. Moani. He doesn't really look as good this season, Moani, as well, Kolo Moani. From when I've seen him, when I've watched him, it doesn't look anywhere near. Is Barcola playing on? He's playing on the left, yeah. I don't know. Seems like he is. Maybe I think these PSG forwards must just be rotating, man. Because there's no way they're playing Moani on the right wing. Mbappe's now through the middle. Moani seems to be pulled off to the right a little bit. Barcola's moved to the left. Left side, Tino Livramento. Gordon trying to play a 1-2. Intercepted. Almiron there. Cut back. Oh! PSG. It's Lee. What a chance. He should be burying that. I think he's offside anyway. Colin Mwani. Ball across the box and Lee just does not get the connection. Yeah, it's Colin Mwani. Ball across the box. There's no Dembele today. Lee with a massive chance. What a miss. I think Mwani is probably offside anyway. But to not put that in the back of the net is crazy. What an opportunity that was. What an opportunity, man. How has he not scored that? Jeez. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Wow. And I don't think they blew for offside, really. So he just missed that. That's all he did was just miss. Should have scored. Right. They're coming. Mbappe! Oh! Oh, my days. He says, you don't come any closer than that. You do not come any closer than that. Ball over the top. Mbappe, great touch. Round the keeper. Cleared off the line by the defender. Brilliant clearance. What a block. What a piece of defending that was. Lee's going to take the corner. Paris really putting on the pressure. It's been a really good start to this game. Like I said, it was really lively. Great opportunities. Oh, Skriniar. Lee. Oh, Jesus. Have some composure, brother. My days. Man just lashed out in frustration. Should have guided that. Lee needs to relax. Oh. If PSG goes into Europa League, are they favourites to win their first title in Europe? Have they not won anything in Europe before? You'd think a club like PSG have had players like Ronaldinho. You'd think they would have won something in Europe before. Have they not? They never won anything in Europe, PSG. Not even a Europa League, UEFA Cup. That's mad. Their European pedigree is awful. It's mad, you know. You got teams like Arsenal, PSG, just no European pedigree. That's mad. Leon are the real ones. That's crazy. Kind of shocked. Founded in 1972. Yeah, I guess they haven't been around that long, have they? Madness. Dortmund 0, PSG 0. Come on. Here they come again. Lee, he trying to find that line breaker to Mbappe. Mbappe, Barcola. Shot off the post. Hakimi. Yo. So close. And again, in the other game as well. Tomori, I think it is, with a goal-saving challenge on Almiron. Unbelievable recovery defending from Tomori, by the way, in the AC Milan game. Unbelievable tackle. One of the best pieces of defending you're going to see. Barcola just wrapped his foot around it, just off the post. So close. That defending from Tomori was outrageous. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, man. Both of those things happening at once. I was trying to keep an eye on both of them. Unbelievable block from Tomori. Should be 1-0 to Newcastle. I don't know how he's kept that out. Mad. I know Tomori sometimes can lose his head and get sent off and stuff, but if you're talking about high line defending and you're talking about having some pace back there, that's the type of defender that probably someone like Poch maybe wants. But then again, you need the aerial dominance, and he can't always give you that. So same with Gurhi. This is why with Gurhi, I'm a bit puzzled. Yes, he's got some pace on him, and he's good passer and whatnot, both footed, but he's not the tallest. Aerially, he can be susceptible as well. So If these guys are looking at another centre back, man, they need to find someone who's great aerially and he's quick as well. Can't get one, not the other, which is what we have a lot of. Yeah, he's just saved them. 2 incredible bits of defending in both these games from both those centre backs, man. Stopping goals. Here they go, Mbappe. Muani clipped in, Barcola, and blazed over the bar. Opportunity goes begging again for PSG. Why he doesn't get his chance with the England squad? Well, Southgate is obviously set on Maguire, so at this point, I'm done asking questions, you know? Got so many talented centre-backs in England. Gurhi, Tomori. Obviously, Ben White now isn't going to really get used. I don't know what's going on there. Got Colwell, hopefully in a few years' time, if he fixes himself up. It's been a bit rubbish recently, but playing out of position. There's options. There's no excuse for that team not to win the tournament. I'm sorry. It's too much talent. Here's Barcola. Nice little reverse ball into Lee, I think it is. Out for a throw. PSG are putting in the work. I can't lie. They're putting in the work, PSG, I must say. It's been a good performance so far. Everybody looks on it. They're aggressive. They know that they need to win if they're going to guarantee Champions League qualification. If Newcastle score right now, they will be going through on the head-to-head. General John Stones. Yeah, it's true. They have no choice. They have to step up tonight. If they don't, then it's Europa League, baby. It's dun 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 dun. Oh, Lee's giving the ball away. Here's Dortmund. Julian Brandt. Julian Brandt playing a much deeper role today for Dortmund in the centre of midfield. Much deeper role. Now switch in play. Shot just curls wide for Leao. For AC Milan. Opportunity goes begging. I don't know about that kit, man. I just feel like maybe if it was different color, I would like it more. I think the design is okay. I think the design's okay. I think the colors is the problem. I think if it's a different color, I think I'd like it more. Oh, here's Muani in behind. He's gone direct. He's gone all for it, and he's put it wide. Muani, Kolo Muani. He's running in behind. He's absolutely gone for it, right? He had an option to maybe check back, but he said no. Mbappe slips him in, and he says, I'm going to absolutely drive through the heart of these 2 defenders. He does so, and he just tries to flick it around the keeper, and he's put it just wide of the post. He's got too much on that flick. Didn't need to put it that wide. Just rolls agonizingly past the post. How PSG are not ahead at this point is beyond me. It's been a great game, though. I think Kolo Muani was one of the strikers I was quite interested in bringing in, but again, he was his price point was crazy, man. They wanted like 100 million euros or some rubbish. He's rapid though. Yeah, he's quick. I'm trying to ease off Zidane comparisons with Jude. I think it's a bit too premature for me because Zidane is one of the greatest footballing. He's a footballing genius, not Madison. Zidane, yeah. All headed straight at the keeper. Zidane's one of the best footballers out there ever. You know, with the Ronaldinhos and whatnot. So, is Jude on that level? Not yet. Too early to say. I think it's too premature. However, I have seen Jude play with that aura and with that, like that. It's a weird, but he plays with a tempo sometimes where it's like It's his. He's running his own game. He's running it. Oh, great save from Donnarumma. That's the first chance Dortmund have had. Royce with a big strike on Donnarumma. Great save. He's got this aura about him. He's got the strength. He's got the close control, the speed of just like chopping and changing the tempo as and when he pleases. And I think that's something that, I mean, Zidane just walked the game. He didn't even need to run. I don't think he even burned any calories, that man. But Jude has that element about him where he's just this really authoritative, imposing figure on the pitch, but he moves really graciously and slowly. And he's weird. He's kind of shown a side of his game at Real Madrid that I didn't see as much of at Dortmund. But yeah, he's brought a lot of class to his game. I can't lie. There's a lot of incredible fluidity to his game now. He's just moves like a Zidane in a way. But I don't want to put that name on him because it's only been a couple of months. But he has been quite impressive. I can't lie. Yeah. No one moves like Zidane. No one's like Zidane. Yeah, I think when it comes to Zidane, like Zidane's just ridiculous, man. This man could take the ball out of the air and just put it in quicksand. Do you know what I mean? It's just like his touch was ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, man. It's the audacity. It's the audacity. He's the ultimate audacity player. Just rude with it. Absolutely rude. I do like the Kaka role that he's got right now. Yeah, he's got an interesting Kaka top of the diamond type role. And I was more familiar with it, obviously, because he came to Chelsea, Ancelotti, and did the same formation. I think he had Malouda at the top of the diamond with Drogba and Anelka up front. Or was it sometimes Lampard at the top of the diamond? May have been. I think it's sometimes Malouda as well. But a variation of those two at the top of the diamond getting goals, because Malouda did get a lot of goals under Ancelotti. It's like 15 goals or something in the league or whatever it was. So yeah, it was quite an incredible system, to be honest. Really, really unbelievable. So many goals in that system. Brilliant to watch. Probably one of my favorite seasons to watch Chelsea was Ancelotti, man. Yeah, good times. Headed back, AC Milan. Still 0-0 in both these games. I think the thing with Jude that surprised me the most is his passing, his vision, and his weight of pass. Because again, at Dortmund, and maybe it's the league, but I just saw a lot of ball carrying, saw his physicality and all of his physical attributes. Chipped him with some goals. Wasn't as prolific as he has at Madrid, but chipped him with some goals. And just looked like a great box-to-box midfielder. Like he looked like a powerhouse kind of player, like a proper, because he was getting like linked to Steven Gerrard, and kind of like that would be the next Gerrard for Liverpool, proper box-to-box powerhouse, kind of top quality shuttle bus. Shuttle bus is a bad word to use, but you get what I mean, box to box. Now he's a completely different Jude, not doing that. Now he's man's moving with class. Oh, what's going on? I don't think there's any goals. Still 0-0. Shakhtar have equalised against Porto in the group with Barcelona. Obviously, last time I heard they were losing to Antwerp. I just want to check what's going on. Atletico Madrid are 1-0 up against Lazio. Celtic are 0-0 with Feyenoord. Dortmund 0-0 with PSG. Obviously, Newcastle 0-0 with Milan. Porto 1-1 with Shakhtar, and Antwerp 1-0 up against Barcelona. So Group H, with all of the stuff that's going on there, Barcelona top of the group, 12 points. Porto 10 points. Shakhtar 10 points. And then Antwerp bottom, 3 points. And these would be their first few points. I don't know what's going on in that Porto head-to-head with Shakhtar, but they're level right now. So it's 1-1. People are saying this is why Pulisic and Ruben couldn't get into the Chelsea team. Yeah, I'd say the Dortmund PSG game is like the more entertaining one so far. It's really direct. PSG are really offering a lot. Here's Barcola. Oh, referee said free kick. Newcastle Milan game's a little bit more. I don't know what the word is, but that's a poor giveaway, you know, giving the ball away really cheaply there. AC Milan back in possession. Celtic 1-0 up, are they? Celtic 1-0 up. They are indeed. Who's that goal come from? Lewis Palmer. Let me take a look at that team. Celtic team. Joe Hart in goal. Joe Hart still kicking ball, people. Greg Taylor. Dortmund. Adeyemi. Oh, cleared. PSG. Callum McGregor still playing for Celtic. It's the only player I really see in this starting 11 that's been there for a long time. Obviously, Joe Hart as well. Callum McGregor, captain, still playing. What a save. Adeyemi. Oh, Dortmund. Big save from Donnarumma again. And it's a goal in the Newcastle game. 1-0. Shit. I was just looking at what was going on in Dortmund because there's a big save being made from Donnarumma. I think from a long-range strike. Yeah. Joe Linton for Newcastle's put them 1-0 up. Eddie Howe. And now, as it stands, Newcastle are going to the knockouts. That's what I'm talking about. Newcastle, as it stands, going to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Somebody let them Geordies know, bro. Let's take a look at this goal again, man. Gordon in the half space, loads of space, lays it off. Cut back for Joe Linton, bang, top corner. What a strike. The way he just didn't even celebrate as well. What a strike. Put pure and utter power behind that. Absolute rocket ship into the top corner. Ripped the net wide open. What a strike, man. That's what they needed. And that's put a lot of pressure on PSG now because they have to score or they'll be playing Europa League football. Big goal at St. James's Park. They're good at home, Newcastle. They are. We've seen it in the Premier League this season. The away record, not so great. We saw what happened to PSG when they came to this stadium as well. They got absolutely destroyed when Enrique turned up in his 4-4-2 with Mbappe and Muani and Dembele, Ramos. Got absolutely trampled on. Who will Newcastle potentially get in the knockouts if this all stays the same? AC Milan coming forward, cleared away. PSG put in... If Dortmund score next, PSG are in some serious trouble, man. If Dortmund score the first goal in this game. As you can see, the graphic's gone up. As it stands, Newcastle second, going through to the knockout stages. PSG will go into the Europa League with Liverpool and with, well, who was it yesterday? Galatasaray, wasn't it? Some big teams in the Europa League, man. I'm so lazy. I've got to wake up. Message Raphael. Oh dear. Yeah, Copenhagen went through, didn't they, to the next round of the Champions League? Was it Copenhagen going to the Europa League? Let's take a look. Let's confirm those Europa League teams actually from yesterday's groups. So Galatasaray going to the Europa League. Yeah, 5 points. Copenhagen into the knockouts. Lens going to the Europa League. Braga going into the Europa League. Almost. Benfica go into the Europa League. As it stands in Group E, Feyenoord going into the Europa League. Group F, PSG. And Group G, Young Boys. Group H, Shakhtar Donetsk. That's as it stands. That's as it stands. Here's Mbappe for PSG down the left-hand side. Goes past the player. Left foot, clips it. Out for a goal kick. Too much on it. PSG, 10 minutes to half-time. Need a goal. And Newcastle, all they can do is do their job. Imagine PSG versus Liverpool in the Europa League. That would be insane. Two teams you would have had like up there for Champions League potentially contenders in the Europa League. Mad. Here's Livramento to Gordon. Gordon does really well. Coming forward with the ball. Holding off two players. He's done unbelievably well there. Gordon is really coming into his own. He's wearing that big number 10 shirt and he's doing it justice right now. The way he just shielded off all those players. Wonder throw-in. Mad. Livramento down this left-hand side. Leao doesn't do off-the-ball work. I'm keeping an eye on him. That was a big weakness of his that was mentioned when we were looking for left wingers, and a couple of years ago people were speaking about Leao's defensive work rate in that title winning season. AC Milan is obviously when his stocks were at the highest. Cross comes in. It's going to get cleared. PSG got to find a response to this, man. There's a free kick for Newcastle in a very good position to potentially get this ball into the box and maybe try and get a second. Trippier is obviously going to take it. They're in a very, very good position right here, Newcastle, especially with all the options that they got in the area to go and attack this ball. Dortmund have just absolutely hoofed it. Trying to header it on for Adeyemi. Back with PSG. So, free kick for Newcastle. Ball's going to come in from Trippier. Headed away by Tomori. And now a counter-attack with Leao. And he's going to go up against... That's poor from him. Who was defending that? Was it Livramento? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not great from Leao. Not great. I think was it Livramento he's going up against? This guy's not good. Media hyped him. Oh, that's a free kick. That's a foul. That's a foul. Miley. That brother looks 17. He looks 17. Not a single hair on his head. No facial hair whatsoever. That brother is young. Is he still... When does he turn 18? It's crazy because like he's just seen as a starter now, isn't he? I know they got injury issues, but like when those players come fit, are you even gonna put them back in the team? At this point, you probably just leave Miley to keep doing what he's doing. He doesn't turn 18 until May. Bro, he's young, man. Doesn't turn 18 until May. That's mad. I think because he's at Newcastle, it's not really being spoken about as much how young he actually is to be playing in that team in these kind of games. But if it was at a top club, top club, then yeah, people would be talking. What a strike, man. Just seeing it again. What a strike. Tomori not happy. PSG still in possession again. Still just one goal. Free kick again, man. In good positions for Newcastle. This free kick, wide, this wide free kick that they have an opportunity to get a serious cross in here and go 2-0 up. These set pieces are not a joke for Newcastle. I mean, you have to be so aware of what they can bring on the set pieces, man. They're proper threat. Trippier's got the delivery. And then you've got Joe Linton in there. You've got Wilson in there. Lascelles. Ball comes in. Headed away. It's Bruno Guimaraes as well. Porter 2-1 up. Yeah, PSG's European pedigree is wild. For all the money they've spent over the years trying to do the Galacticos thing and everything, still not a single European title is insane. It's a push there, maybe. It's non-existent. I'm shocked, honestly. I'm actually shocked. I thought they would have picked up something in the Europa League or the second European second-rate competition. Then again, when have they been in it? You know what I mean? How many times have they even been in that competition? Once they got rich, they went straight Champions League and that was it. They've always been in it every single year. They don't really tend to finish third in their group either. Maybe this is their year. Maybe this is their year to win it because they need to pick up something. May as well start there. Oh, what is he doing? Wow, this is crazy, man. What are they doing? Left-hand side. He should be making the run though. As much as the player should have picked up his head before he played that pass into no man's land, that guy behind him should be making the run. He shouldn't really be standing there just for no reason. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He should be moving. Here's Tomori. Wilson. Given away. Back with AC Milan. Given away again. There's a lot of really poor passes in this game. A lot of stray passes. Here's Loftus-Cheek. Given away again. Bruv. These two teams just give the ball away for fun, man. Stray passes. Now Wilson. Cutting inside. Given away. Nice. Almiron. Corner. Crazy. Man said, guess my 89 rated Dembele card won't get upgraded. No, but do you know what, bro? Nobody thought that. When you took a look at this group at the start of the campaign, you never would have thought Dortmund would have gone top. Here's Moani, saved by Cabell. Mbappe. Moani thinks he's clever, not going to work. Dortmund play on, coming forward now. I think it's Gittins. Free kick now for Dortmund, I think, and yellow card booked. Moani with another opportunity. But yeah, no, nobody would have thought Dortmund to qualify first. You think we will regret selling Livramento like we did with KDB Salah? Yeah, I mean, listen, everybody always brings up KDB Salah as like the benchmark. It's kind of impossible for Livramento to do what Salah and KDB have done because they don't play the same position. But in terms of will we regret it, I think we already do regret it. I think there's no doubt about it. We already regret that. I remember when he left, I was pretty pissed because his talent was so obvious in the academy. Could always play both sides. If you watched him in the academy, he was great going forward. He could play wing back, could play on the wing as well if you had to use him on the wing. And he's And then physically as well, he's tall, he's strong, you know, he's good in the air. So yeah, massive misstep from us. But I mean, listen, we didn't prioritize his pathway, and that's what happened. So I think we already regret it. Are we going to regret it on the same level as those players? I don't think so, because those two players are like Premier League Hall of Famers. I don't think he's going to be a Hall of Famer unless he goes on to do numbers like Trent's doing at fullback. But yeah, we're going to regret it. We already do. Pascal Gross. Okay, remember him. I want him. Who does he play for, brother? You talking about the guy at Brighton? Because if you're talking about him, we know him. Dortmund did come close to taking the lead, but in the end, it went wide of the post. So that's not quite gonna put the pressure on PSG, but almost. So half time. 1-0, just the one goal in the two games. I'm kind of shocked. I thought there'd be goals. But it's still been good. In terms of what am I streaming this weekend? So Chelsea versus Sheffield United is on the 3 o'clock. There's a fly in here again, isn't there? Chelsea versus Sheffield United is on the 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. Obviously, we're covering that. I'm tempted to cover the West Ham Manchester United game just before that, because I think that could be a sneaky one. Potentially West Ham do a madness. So I'm tempted. There's a fly and it's really pissing me off. It doesn't leave. I'm going to lose it. Do you know these like really small flies? Like smaller, bruv. Go away. I'm gonna kill it. Bruv, what's going on? Just leave me alone. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Like it's just circulating right here when I'm trying to speak. Mad. So yeah, when it comes down to that game, it's very tempting to cover it because I think it's going to be potentially an upset. And then on the Sunday, I'm going to cover both the games because they're both really, really nice looking matches, man. I think I'm just going to quickly get these up just so you guys are fully onto what I'm saying here with these matches coming up. Premier League Sunday, Arsenal versus Brighton, Liverpool versus Man United. How could I miss it? How could I miss it? So those two games on Sunday, I'm definitely covering. Chelsea versus Sheffield United, I'm covering. And maybe West Ham, Manchester United before that. Tempting, very tempting. So we'll see. Sorry, West Ham versus what am I talking about? West Ham. Who are West Ham playing? Is it early kickoff? Oh, is there not an early kickoff on? Am I confusing these games? West Ham. Chelsea. Oh, there is no early kickoff on Saturday, no? I thought there was. My bad. I must be talking about a different game. All right, yeah. So I'll just do the Chelsea Sheffield United one, then we'll move on to Sunday. That's probably what I'm going to do. I thought there was an early kickoff on Saturday. Forest versus Tottenham's on Friday. Yeah, no early kickoffs. Okay, cool. No problem. Yeah, Friday kickoff, yeah. So yeah, Liverpool versus Man United, we're going to be there. 100%. We are going to be there. And Arsenal versus Brighton as well. So I'm going to cover those three games. Oh, if you think I'm not going to be there for Liverpool versus Man United, you are crazy. Of course I'm going to be there for that game. I can't wait. It's going to be a cracker. It's going to be an absolute blinder. But yeah, how's Uncle Reece doing? Well, I don't know. I mean, we just saw that one post saying that he's devastated. I tried to put up on all my platforms the context around his situation with his injury, because nobody's doctors. Nobody knows. Like, we don't know the situation as well as we need to know, like what the options are. Yes, there's surgery on the table. Why have they not gone with surgery already? And all these things. Let me actually try and find that. I've put it up on my community tab anyway. But yeah, it just went into a lot of detail in terms of his situation and why it's so unique, because of course it's hamstring and it's not your typical ACL and other ligament injuries. So yeah, basically the post was all about saying that it's not necessarily him going into surgery is going to fix him. It could leave him potentially disabled if things were to go slightly wrong in that surgery as well. So it's one of those situations where we don't really have the expertise to be saying he has to do this, he has to do that. We just have to kind of just pray, leave him to it. I'll be watching Chelsea, Sheffield United, and both the Sunday games, Arsenal, Brighton, and Liverpool, Man United. Yes. So this is what the kind of expert opinion on this situation was, right? So let's go from the top. So it's not as easy as people are making it sound, that he has surgery and he'll return a new man, like people who have injuries to their ligaments, etc. Hamstring injuries are very complex due to their autonomy and are different types. In most people, it is muscle tears for which you can't do much surgically and don't have a choice but to wait and watch. If it's a tendon injury, again, very difficult, as you develop a lot of scar tissue, which is difficult to remove, especially in someone as muscular as Reece. And also your Satic nerve that makes your leg move, can easily be damaged, and it may be stuck in scar tissue and leave him disabled for life. So if you basically hit that, right, if you hit that that nerve in the surgery, or you do something and damage that easily, which it's saying here, it can be easily damaged because it may be stuck on your scar tissue. You could leave him disabled because now his leg won't be able to move. So this is the part of the statement there. Surgery itself also doesn't guarantee that it won't happen again. It's not like your usual ligaments reconstruction like ACLs, in which you use a strong graft to replace the torn ligament. In this, you mainly put some screws or put some screws in the bone and reattach the tendon back on, which can again tear through. So it's a very challenging situation. So yeah, I didn't know how to pronounce that, but yeah, you get the gist. It's a long day. It's a long day. It's one of those situations where it's probably going to be a reoccurring issue for his career. And if they're not going with surgery, then they're simply not willing to take the risk. So, and he is very muscular. So it's not Reece James's doctor, no. But for people that are studying or qualified, which this person says he is in this field, I have no reason to believe that they would write a whole paragraph lying about that. So sounds pretty spot on to me, to be fair, since I've done a bit of basic research. He looks like he's pretty spot on, to be honest, with everything that he said there. So no one has come out and said that that's wrong. Everybody else that's on Twitter, that I've seen some medics, I've got some medics on there that I follow, football physios and some scouts as well. Not scouts, football physios and doctors on Twitter. Some of them have even commented on that post and said, yeah, this is the situation. So it's either right or it's wrong in that field. There is no debate, and that's pretty damning. So yeah. And people are even going on about it here, like this is what it is, so it's the nerve that helps the leg move, and if you fuck it up, then that's it, you're finished. So we can't really complain or demand that he does go through the surgery. That's the situation. What can you do? When I researched that nerve and researched that part of the body in particular, it was like, basically, yeah, don't play with it because there's no going back. Once you go left, you're finished. That's it. It's done. Sciatic. Sorry, my bad. Sciatic. So yeah, what can we do? Nothing. We can just. That's just unfortunate, isn't it? Feel sorry for him, man. Frimpong's out there and there's a 40-minute release clause. Yeah, but can he defend? That's the thing. Can that man defend? From what I've watched, when I watch him on the odd occasion, doesn't look like he can. Doesn't look like a great defender. Looks like a wing back. So I'm not sure. We play with fullbacks. I need them to be good defensively. How good is he defensively? Not sure. Yeah. He can't defend the cold. That's what I thought, you know. I haven't watched him enough to be like, okay, he definitely is bad at defending, but the times I have seen him, he doesn't look great defensively. If I'm putting it politely, he doesn't look great. So going forward though, you know, great stuff, you know. Yeah, like Hakimi, exactly. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Kind of similar to Hakimi. Probably more of a wing back than a right back. So, and he's not the tallest, yeah. So, and obviously we're already lacking height as it is. We need Theo Hernandez to get the best out of Mudryk. Interesting. Right. Let me see. So there we are. Like Dumfries. Right wing target for Arteta. Is he? I'm not a fan of Dumfries either. Really not a fan of Dumfries. It's another player that is a wing back, really. Not a right back. I didn't know that though. Right, so just on what's happening at the current moment, if you're just joining us here at halftime, if you are, smash up the likes. Let's get to 300 likes, guys. We're about 50 away. Let's get those likes up. Let's see where we're at on the subscribers. Where are we? Let me take a look at what's going on here because I need to know what's going on, bro. We are we're under 200 away from 70k. So if you haven't subscribed, let's get subscribing because that would be great if we could hit 70k. I must say, what a milestone. We're getting ever closer to that incredible 100k. I don't want to call it life-changing because I'll probably wake up the next day and carry on as normal, but you know, still would be nice to hit it. It would be great. So yeah, let me know if you've subscribed, if you haven't, and why you haven't. You know, what's wrong with you? Why are you watching me and not subscribing? What do you gain out of that? Are you just trying to be an asshole? Let's get those subs up. Right, what's being said? So yeah, if you're just joining us, the current predicament right now in the Champions League is that, as it stands in the group of death, the likes of Newcastle will be going into the next round as second, and PSG will be going into the Europa League as third place at the current moment. And obviously, AC Milan will be going out completely, and they're leaving all European competition if everything stays the way it is. They're 1-0 down. So, long day. In the other groups, we're looking at just who's absolutely qualified and going through as it stands. I think at the moment, we're looking at Porto going through with Barcelona. Shakhtar are in third spot. Leipzig obviously through with Manchester City. That group was just so lopsided. It's not even funny. You put a group together of Man City, Leipzig, Young Boys, and Red Star Belgrade. It has never been more lopsided. One team on 18 points, then 12, and then 4, and then 1. No competition in that group. So like I said, Porto, Barca, City, Leipzig, Dortmund, Newcastle, Atletico Madrid, Lazio, Real Sociedad, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Napoli, Arsenal, PSV, and Bayern, Copenhagen are your knockout stage entries. Those are your teams. It feels like there's a lot of teams missing, and there is. No Chelsea, no Man United, no Liverpool, no Juventus, no AC Milan. Some big hitters in European football, just not there. Feels wrong, but what can you do? Mad. Let's see. So yeah. And no Atalanta. Where are Atalanta? What's going on with Atalanta? Did they even qualify? I don't think they even made Champions League, did they? Jesus. Didn't make Champions League. They're a nice team as well. But they were. I don't know about right now, but they used to play some incredible football. Last season, I played some great stuff. Let's see what's being said. Yes, new contract. We just saw it. We spoke about it. Not really, you know, as I said before, new contracts in football, they don't really mean shit because you sign a new contract and the next thing you know, you're out the door. Lewis Hall is a great example of that, especially if there's a release clause in there. We saw it with Caicedo, signed a new January, gone in the summer, and he didn't even have a release clause in his contract. McAllister signed a new contract, inserted the nastiest release clause ever, and he was out to Liverpool. It happens all the time. New contract doesn't really mean much. It just means favorable monetary gains for the parent club or the club that owns the player in terms of sell on and obviously making as much money as possible, putting themselves in a stronger position. But if the player's leaving, the player's leaving. That's how it goes in the modern day now. Don't really see very often players sticking around unwillingly. So yeah, he'll leave regardless. He'll be leaving in the summer, I'm sure. Just that contract really confirms it, if anything, puts a release clause, puts a number on him and says this is what he's leaving for, making it all the more likely. No negotiation needed. Pay up and take the player. Yeah, literally only to put the release clause. That's literally it. So yeah, they just want more money for Osimhen. But for Osimhen, I wouldn't sign for them after what they've done to him. It's very strange. I can't lie. What they did was wrong on all levels. It was, first of all, just without the racism side of it, why would you even mock your own player in the first place? It just doesn't make any sense. Your player. Why would you mock him missing a chance, etc.? Strange behavior. But this is what happens on TikTok. Strange things happen, even at football clubs. Madness. Right, second half's going to kick off. We're going into the second half knowing what the group of death needs in the last 45 minutes. Let's see if these guys are going to step it up. There's a lot of pressure on all these teams. Newcastle have got a lead to hold on to. AC Milan, if they can get 2 goals in the second half, could potentially put themselves into the knockout stages as well. And PSG, their job is very simple. You win and you feast. You don't win, you go hungry. It's up to you. Let's see what they do. Second half. Dortmund, PSG is kicking off first. Newcastle players are still walking out, so we'll stick with that. But yeah, we got 1 game on right now. No more Italian. What? Fodder, get Tony in. Oh, you don't want any more Serie A strikers, right? You've had enough. You've had Morata come in, who we signed from... Where did we sign him from? Juventus? You know, Morata's played for so many different clubs. I sometimes struggle to remember where we even signed him from. He was at Real Madrid. He was at Atletico Madrid. He's been at Manchester United. Sorry, not Man United. He's been at... Where the hell did we sign that man from? I think it was from Juventus. No. Was it? Was it Atletico Madrid? I don't even know where the hell we got this guy from, you know. He's played for both Madrid clubs. He's played for Juventus. He's played for Chelsea. Where did we sign him from? Oh, from Real Madrid, yeah? Okay, cool. Because he just, do you know what it is with him? He's played for like the same club, like it feels like two times, and he's played for multiple clubs multiple times, I think. It feels like he has anyway. It feels like he's played for Juventus twice, which I think he has. It feels like he's played for Atletico twice. It feels like he's played for Madrid twice, because I think he started his career there and then he went back there. So he's just a strange guy. He's very strange. He's been to clubs twice, a lot of clubs twice. So yeah, we got him from Real Madrid. Sold him to, I want to say Juve. I don't even know. But yeah. Is he killing it this season, yeah? Man says start, bench, sell, Endrick, Jackson, and Hairline. Isn't that quite easy? Because the highest potential there is Endrick. So you just start him, bench Jackson, and sell Hairline. Because he hasn't scored in the Premier. But to be honest, when you've got Endrick, you wouldn't really be asked about the other two, if I'm being completely honest. His ceiling looks just much higher than everybody else's, because he can score and he can link up and he can dribble. So what can the other two do on him? Nothing. You've always remember, of course you have, because you know that's the unpopular opinion. So of course now you're going to tell me that you rated him. Iceman, always the same. Mbappe in Europa League is mad. It's not great for the optics. If you're going for Ballon d'Or and you're in the Europa League for the second half of the campaign, it's not good for the optics. Bellingham is pushing for that Ballon d'Or like crazy. And if he can spearhead Real Madrid to the Champions League win, and obviously the La Liga needs taken care of as well, because there's a new kid in town there, new kid on the block. City group team and whatnot. Pep's brother owns the club, I think. If he can get them gone, then he might win the whole thing. Newcastle defending at the moment. Here's Lee for PSG. I'm kind of more focused on that PSG game right now, just purely because they're the ones that are in control of this whole group. Just this one team can control this whole group, and that's PSG. If they win, nobody else matters on the other screen. Here they are. Hakimi blocked. Opportunity. What an opportunity. Shot comes in straight down the barrel. Saved by Kobel from Lee. Big opportunity from Hakimi. Not taken. Not taken. Mad. "47 minutes gone." Here's Adeyemi. If Dortmund score, this is going to be chaos. And that's kind of what I want. I want Dortmund to score just for the chaos right now. Because PSG would go into overdrive and they'd go absolutely mental. And the St. James's Park would go off as well. So that's kind of what I want. Just because it's funny. Joe Linton, cross headed away by Tomori again. AC Milan, free kick. Here's Dortmund coming forward, right side, underlapping run. Brilliant. Let's get the ball into the box now. They do cleared away and out to Barcolo's given away. Mbappe's playing through the middle. Barcola's playing on the left. Muani's playing on the right, which is the complete opposite to what I thought I was going to be looking at when I saw this front three. I thought I was going to see Muani down the middle, Mbappe off the left, and Barcolo off the right. I've got the complete opposite. It's an interesting one. PSG. Here's Lee. Looks like a good player. Good player, Lee. Here we are. Here's Theo Hernandez. That man is so press resistant. He carries the ball so well. Oh, Dortmund, very close. Oh, it's 1-0 to Dortmund. 1-0 to Dortmund. It's Adeyemi. Adeyemi with a backflip. 1-0. Puts it in the corner off the post and in on the cutback. Dortmund take the lead in Germany. PSG, I said this is what I wanted to happen out of pure and utter violence. And this is exactly what we've got. PSG 1-0 down on the cusp of potentially going out of the Champions League tonight. And do you know what? After that goal, it all but potentially may confirm it. It's getting that deep now for them. Take a look at that group, actually, just as it stands with that goal going in. If it updates, it is PSG in third comfortably. Because Milan are losing. That's the problem. Here we go. Shot over the bar. Wow. PSG. Well, Emery got spun. And then, yeah, shot from Adeyemi off the post and in. That might be the moment that PSG learn to sing the tune of Europa League music. I think personally, after what happened in Paris a couple of weeks ago, that's deserved. What a finish. Newcastle fans are celebrating at St. James's Park in a very, cautious manner because their own game is still up in the air. But they're very much aware that PSG have just scored and that potentially their job just got a whole lot easier because as it currently stands, Newcastle can afford to draw. Sorry, no, they can't. That's a lie. They can't afford to draw. You must win. I'm just taking a look at the mathematics, and it's not mathing for you lot. You must win that game. Don't go anywhere. But yeah, as it stands, Newcastle are going through to the knockouts if they win this game. If they draw, they will not be. Milan are going to win. VAR cancelled red. Who would have thought this group? It's a great thing. Like this group, Dortmund top and quite comfortably. and then Newcastle, and then PSG, and then Milan. Nobody would have thought. Nobody would have thought. PSG must score twice, or they are going to the Europa League. They got time, but they want to get a move on. But this is incredible. This is incredible. And yeah, what's going on with Asensio? I swear he signed for PSG. I've not seen him once. Is he just injured? I have not seen Asensio once, people. Talk to me. Where's Asensio? Is this guy playing for them or not? Because I've not seen him once. It's incredible. He left. What do you mean he left? Left where? How can he leave? He just signed. I'm so confused. He signed in the summer. I'm so confused. Anyway, Dortmund in possession. Kobel plays through the lines. Dortmund over the top. Round the back. Here they come. Given away cheaply by the striker. Weak. Here's Mbappe. Left side for PSG. Here's Mbappe. Goes round his man with ease. Cut back. Here it is. Opportunity. 1-1. Emery scores. 1-1. PSG have equalized. Emery has got the goal. We got a game. We knew. I said once Dortmund score, that's why I wanted them to score. They would finally, PSG have to wake up and do something about it. They have. They have woken up. They have woken up. Let me change these. These are way behind. PSG have equalized. Mbappe on the left-hand side did really well, glided past his marker with ease. Emery took a touch, slotted it past Kobel into the bottom corner. Composed, calm finish from the youngster. Hit the knee of Adeyemi. Hit the knee of the goal scorer. And funnily enough, it was Emery that got spun for the first goal. Part of the first goal. Dortmund coming forward now. Adeyemi, right side. Skriniar does well. 1-1. This game's come alive now. Very, very, very active, everyone on that pitch now. Newcastle coming forward with Gordon. Puts the ball into the box. Cleared away again by Theo Hernandez. Out for a corner. Newcastle looking for the second. Barcelona down. Barcelona 2-1 down to Antwerp. They were 1-0 down. So I didn't even know they were level, let alone 2-1 down. Here we go. Here's Emery. Emery. Oh, he's going to get a free kick. Booked. Hummels, I think. PSG turning up. Turning up the smoke. Yeah, Antwerp, bro. Doesn't even sound like a team, innit? Antwerp. Sound like an insect. He's miskicked it. Newcastle. Almiron's miskicked it. Hummels red card incoming. Here we go. Free kick. Hakimi's over it. Lee is over it. Opportunity to potentially go ahead. Hakimi lashes it over the bar against his old club. Antwerp. Yeah, because Antwerp, innit? Antwerp. Yeah. Belgium team, I think. They are. They are indeed. But people are saying it's a Dutch city. Yeah. Do you know what it is? Belgium, Holland, and is it France? I'm not sure. I think it's Belgium, Holland, and one other country. There's a lot of history behind it. Those three nations. I think it might be France. Go on. Lee. Mbappe. Germany, is it? Yeah, okay, it's Germany, yeah, not France. Is it Germany? They have Van Bommel as head coach, and yes, it's definitely a Belgium team, and Overmars as director of football. That's mad. Here we go. You see, man, I'm blocked out now. And booted. Oh, Lee. Unlucky. Saeed, brother. Welcome into the building. 60 minutes gone in these games. We're not far. You're right. We're not far at all from the 70K. We're not far at all, brother. Almost going into the new year. It's been a mad night. Group of death. How are you, brother? How are you? After what happened last night. Pulisic. Oh, what's happening here? Drama. People are talking in the chat. Liao, cross in, shot, blocked. Pulisic, 1-1. Christian Pulisic equalizes for AC Milan. We've got ourselves a very interesting night right here. Everybody level at 1-1. Christian Pulisic has equalized for AC Milan. It all came down the left-hand side from Liao finally getting involved. Is it offside? It might be offside on Liao. It's tight. I think it might be just offside, to be honest. And I mean marginally offside on Liao. I don't know if they're going to check that in this Champions League or what they're on. Let's see. That's offside, though. Giroud found Pulisic. He put it in the back of the net. If it's going to VAR, here's Adeyemi. This group just got spun. Goal got given, yeah? It looked marginally offside to me, but I didn't get to see a replay, so maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, this group just got spun on his head. Absolutely spun. And now AC Milan are pushing and they can still go through. They need Dortmund to score because their head-to-head record with PSG that doesn't favor them at all because they got slapped up 3-0. If it goes down to goals in head-to-head, if it's results, then I don't know, maybe it'll go to goal difference in the group. But I think it might be head-to-head, just goal differential in those games. Yeah, AC Milan need Dortmund to win their game. And if they beat Newcastle, then they will go through to the knockouts. But they cannot afford for PSG to get a point against Dortmund, even if they win. Newcastle need to score to go through. PSG need to score to go through, or to guarantee going through. Shot. Dortmund almost scored. Great save from Donnarumma. Almost 2-1 to Dortmund. Malien. What a couple of games we got here. Anybody can go through. Drama. Yeah, it's good. This is what we signed up for. 1-1. Both games. Perfect. Perfectly poised. Porto are 3-1 up against Shakhtar Donetsk. That's going to confirm that Porto are going to go through to the next round. Shakhtar are going to go to the Europa League. I think they were level on points when it was a draw in that game. So Shakhtar needed to win. They're definitely going to lose now. Wow. It's a great night, man, in terms of group stage. It took a while for these games to get going, really. It was a little bit of a slow start in terms of this Newcastle AC Milan game, maybe. It's always been a bit fiery in this other game. But now we've got goals in all the games. We're looking good, man. Been some incredible pieces of defending as well. It's looking good. Well, Barcelona already guaranteed to finish top of the group anyway, I think. So I think Barca can afford to lose to Antwerp. But yeah, I think taking a look at this replay, it's confirmed that Liao is onside. And it looks comfortable. But I didn't feel like it when I was looking at it. But anyway. Dortmund, as it stands, top of the group, 11 points. Everybody else scrambling. Close. Very, very close. Is Chelsea screwed now in terms of being able to spend big? I think you said. Pulisic dagger. I think Chelsea need to sell to buy, in my opinion. I don't know the details because they're not given to us in terms of what we can spend and what we can't. We're only going to find out when we break the rules and we get slapped in the face. But in terms of what the feeling is that we need to sell to buy. So the likes of Gallagher, but even if we weren't going to sell to buy, we would need to sell to buy purely because we've got too many players in the squad. So we can't bring in more players, in my opinion, without selling because it's just going to become bloated again. So it looks like Chelsea are still looking to sell potentially Gallagher, pure profit, Maatsen, pure profit, Broja could be pure profit if he goes to West Ham or Fulham. You got 3 players there, Chalobah make it 4, where you can get pure profit. All of them didn't cost anything, come straight from the academy, money goes straight onto the books. You're looking at potentially about 100 million between the 4 of them. So yeah, it's definitely looking at 100 million between the 4 of them because Gallagher's going to cost minimum 40. Then you've got Maatsen, could definitely sneak a little 15, 20. Broja could sneak a little 15, 20, maybe. And Chalobah definitely could sneak a 20 as well. So yeah, you've definitely got about minimum 100 million from those lot. And yeah, pure profit. That's what it is. And then yes, Chelsea can go and sign someone. But this is a madness that I'm watching in the Dortmund PSG game. PSG playing out from the back, almost making a mistake back there. They've managed to play out now. Hakimi's coming forward. Here they come through the middle to Mbappe. Turns, plays it off to Lee. PSG have made this stick somehow. Now it comes to Barcola. Ball's going to come into the box. Back post. Moani wide. So close. How they managed to get through that press, I do not know. They were so close to conceding. Donnarumma is not the greatest playing out from the back. I've seen so many mistakes from him, but they made it work. And they were very close to going 2-1 up. I think the manager just trusts Mbappe's decision-making in the central areas a lot more than Moani, maybe. So that's probably why he's playing in there, because he does get a lot of the ball. They are having to play through him. He is seeing more of the ball than, if he was to be on the left and maybe the ball was to go down the other flank, he would be isolated or not involved. So he's playing him central. He's kind of playing Mbappe as like this false 9 as a facilitator. And then Moani and Barcola are your outlets. At the moment, it's all right. Not too bad. He's very much a provider, Mbappe, a lot right now in this game. He's created a lot of chances for the other players. So for PSG to go to Europa, Newcastle needs to win. As it stands, yes. If PSG are going to continue to draw, then yes, Newcastle need to win. If PSG lose, then AC Milan can also put them in Europa if they win as well. So if PSG concede, then any goal in that game at St. James's Park will put PSG in the Europa League, no matter who scores it. If they draw, then it's just Newcastle that can do something. If AC Milan go ahead, then they'll still lose on goal difference, on head-to-head. Here's Moani on the right side for PSG. Blocked. Barca's embarrassing me. Playing out wide now. Here's Milan. Playing it across. Come on. Amron. Jesus, I must say, these two teams, when it comes to passing today, it's been very, very scrappy. But there's a lot of space now in these. There's a lot of space developing. Shot coming in over the bar from Isak. Smash up the likes if you haven't already, guys. Let's get it up to 400. Substitutions are being made now. It's over 1.2k of you in here. Big up as always. There's a lot going on. Madness tonight. Big up everybody for joining. Been a great stream. It's been a madness tonight. I can't believe how finely poised this group is. It's definitely the most balanced, biggest balancing act going on right now in European football in these groups. This is the group to keep an eye on for sure. Every other group seems a bit pretty much done and dust now tonight. I mean, it's not looking good, bro. I must say, we've come up against worse teams than Newcastle and been cooked recently. So, yeah, Newcastle in the cup, I'm not confident. But it all depends on that Sheffield United result. If we win against Sheffield United, then hopefully the boys will take some confidence from that and they will be able to compete with Newcastle. And I say compete, I'm not saying they're definitely going to beat them, but compete. If they lose to Sheffield United, I have no doubt they're going to lose to Newcastle. If they draw against Sheffield United, I have no doubt they're going to lose to Newcastle. So momentum's going to be on the floor. Confidence is going to be on the floor. Pressure's going to be on them. So, yeah, they have to beat Sheffield and then I'll think of Newcastle. But we need to beat Newcastle as well. We need to go through because that's all we've got, man. We need some sort of cup run. Keep spirits high in the fan base. So, yeah. We need to beat them, man. I need that. I need to be in the semi-final of that cup. I need to be able to think of Wembley. As crazy as that sounds. Didn't think I'd be able to sit in mid-table and think of Wembley at the same time, but it's got to be done. Here's Isak cutting in. Shot coming in. Oh, what a save. That is, honestly, that's a save that tells you that Big Mike is, yeah, that's why Big Mike gets the plaudits he gets. That's why people talk about him like that, because that save is wild. That save was incredible. That's why he gets the hype. What a save. Wow. That was a tough shot. He's pushed that onto the bar. Jeez. Here's Joe Linton. Tomori's dived in. Joe Linton's still got it. He's too strong for him. How's that? What? No, play continues. Newcastle circulating it. Shot's gonna maybe come in from distance. He's gonna keep going. Now Almiron cut back, looking fit. Oh, unlucky. Here's Mbappe for PSG. Shot. Oh, Mbappe is so close. He's so close to putting PSG ahead. Little step over, shimmy, made a yard for himself on the left foot and dragged it across the goal. That was almost it. That was almost it. Newcastle coming forward, clip to the back post, caught by Big Mike. Mike Miagan. Yeah, that's a mad save, man. Strong hand to that, to push it onto the bar. Strong. All right, let's see. So substitution, Miley's coming off for Longstaff. One change there. One change. Dortmund in possession, coming forward. Big pass that was, almost found its way through. I just want to see another goal. I want Newcastle to probably score. I think it's most likely route for PSG to go into Europa. Here's Mbappe. Here's Emery. Done well. Plays it to Hakimi. Emery again. This is a madness tonight. Barcelona dreadful. Yeah, but you've qualified already, man. Did you play a strong? Did Barca play a strong team against Antwerp? Because obviously that's embarrassing if they did. But like the way I see it is that they're already top of the group. They're already going through. They're probably just taking the piss. Here's Hakimi. He's trying to go through the whole team there. He's wanted a free kick. He's not going to get it. Hakimi. Moani. PSG in the box. Moani got dealt with. Moani got dealt with. Yo. Moani got dealt with, man. He's getting bullied. Ball in Marquinhos. Mbappe wide. Couldn't angle his body enough to get that shot on target. It's pretty difficult height for him to take it. Not sure what Marquinhos was doing at this part of the pitch. I think Mbappe's slightly offside anyway. Is Mbappe going to be able to find the difference maker? Is he going to be able to find the winner? Long clearance forward now. Newcastle, Eddie Howe trying to put up his players and surge them on. Hakimi's coming down this right-hand side for PSG. Mbappe's made a great run. Hakimi's found him. I think he's onside. Mbappe! 2-1. And that will be that. PSG. Kylian Mbappe. Explosive. Proper explosive run. Hakimi found him as well. Everything was just timed to perfection. And that was it. That was all it took. With that line that Dortmund were playing. I'm surprised I haven't seen Mbappe bypass that high line more often in terms of make those runs. He's been, like I said, he's been the facilitator. People are saying it's offside. Let me take a look at the replay if this is offside. Hakimi, is it delayed? Yes, he's offside. I think it's his knee. His knee is offside. His head is probably offside as well. That goal's not going to stand. It's a great finish. Mbappe thought he did it. He hasn't done shit. He's not done anything. Run it back, brother. You better run it back. But anyway, it doesn't matter at the moment because if Newcastle or Milan don't find a goal, especially Newcastle, then PSG will be going through regardless. Newcastle need to find a goal. They got 15 minutes to find a winner. Offside confirmed. The Mbappe goal does not stand as great as it was. But that's a big warning to Dortmund that that line that you're playing, you just got one of the fastest forwards in the world ready to absolutely destroy that line. Header back in. Donnarumma comes, collects, and will now play out. Newcastle got to do something. Here's Mbappe. Plays it into Emery. Now Lee. Back to Mbappe. Now Emery. Lee again. Now Marquinhos. PSG, loads of space down this right-hand side. Hakimi now. Loads of space. Goes past Adeyemi with ease. Blocked. Cleared. You know, Adeyemi was useless in that situation. He got absolutely bypassed. Free kick. Wow. Let me change that score back. 1-1. Dortmund top the group. Yeah, it's not been a great game from Moani, I must say. He's been in some dangerous positions in this match. He's not really done anything. I think Barcola's definitely had a better game than him. Mbappe obviously has had a better game. Emery, Lee. I think even Lee's had some rash shots, but Lee's still played well in that midfield. His shooting's just been a bit inconsistent. Emery got the goal. So, yeah, Moani's the one that's sticking out like a sore thumb in that PSG team tonight. And I feel like I'm not seeing Julian Brandt as much as I'd like to. Him playing that deeper role. instead of further forward hasn't really done it for me. Here's Moani. If you do not get this right, Mbappe. Oh, it's bit behind him. Mbappe manages to keep it. Still going forward. PSG Barcola saved by Kobo. I feel like PSG should have made more of that. They should really be scoring from that situation. They had so many bodies forward. The fact that they didn't really make this keeper make an incredible save is not great. It's not a great shot from Barcola straight at the keeper. Adeyemi down. Barcola zero. Barcola zero. Great nickname. You like that one, innit? Barcola zero. Do you know what I'm saying? Diet Barcola. Diet Barcola. Yes, that's the one. Oh, dear Lord. Looking like a bowly target. We were interested, funny enough. We were actually interested in Barcola. Oh, what's going on? Newcastle. Big Mike punches away. Cleared. AC Milan hoof it down the pitch. What's going to happen? Loose touch. Livramento. Caught out. Rafael Leao. Off the post. Leao, you've got to score that. If you're one of the best left wingers in the world, you do not miss that chance. He had the opportunity to put some serious pressure on PSG and at the very least put AC Milan into the Europa League, which they're not in right now. They are bottom of the group. That goal would have put them in the Europa League position and would have given PSG some pressure if they concede to Dortmund. What a chance for Leao, man. Got to put that away. It's on your stronger right foot. You got a big goal to aim at. Pick your spot, pick your side. It's not even Nick Pope in goal. It's the backup goalkeeper, Dubravka. You've got to score that. It's not even Nick Pope in goal. What an opportunity. It's not like he's had the greatest of games, so could have really leveled up there. Oh, dear. Chance goes begging. He's not had a great game. Take a look at his stat line now. 1 key pass. 3 dribbles from the 7. 1 cross out of 2. 2 long balls out of 3. His expected assists is pretty damn low. He's had 2 shots on goal, I think, in the game. Yeah. 2 shots. Pulisic would have sunk that. People are saying. Mad. Big chance. All right. Let's see. Here's who's this? Is that Asensio? He's wearing the number 11 shirt. That must be Asensio, right? He's left-footed, wearing the 11. I'm assuming that's Asensio. Can't be anybody else. Is that Asensio that just come on for PSG? I think it is, guys. Just saw him got a touch of the ball there. Yeah. Let's see if he can do something, man. He was a talent, man. Asensio's career has just gone completely to shit. Like, he was so good. When he first broke through at Real Madrid, he was looking like a baller, man. Wonder of a left foot. Great little shooter on. Great shot on him. Yeah, man. He's looking. So all the injuries piling up. Jesus. Is that Moani just went clattering into the Dortmund player? Would I take Taremi? I mean, yeah, I think I've said it in the summer. I think he would have been a good option to Jackson. Like, he would have brought something completely different. Good in the air, physical, experienced, good general play, can assist as well. So yeah, I would have taken him. I haven't seen him this season though. I don't know how he's playing this season, if he's still doing decent. But in the summer, yeah, I was interested. So if he's still doing well, then he could be an option. a cheap one. But he's like a stopgap, though. That's the thing. If you're signing him, he's a stopgap. So he's not like a elite level striker. Good player though. Here's Asensio, switches it out for Moani. Is that Moani on the left side? Yeah, it is. Yeah, Newcastle are not they're not looking like they're gonna score. It's gone very, very bland in that game. It's gone very, very dead. Here's Joe Linton. They're not even like, yeah, they need to step it up now. They're running out of time. They've got 7 minutes left. They need to put pressure on that goalkeeper. Here's Joe Linton. Shot. No. Intercepted. Oh my God, what's going on? Oh, what's happening? Shot cleared. Here comes AC Milan. They're countering. PSG are coming forward in their game too. Moani's not going to get anywhere with that one. They laid it off. Shot. Oh, Chukwueze with an absolute beauty. Off that right-hand side, off the bench, Chukwueze has belted it into the far corner. Fantastic finish from the Nigerian. That is the end of European football for Newcastle United this season. They will not even be going to the Europa League if they don't score an equaliser after that. That is an absolute nail to the coffin. What a finish that is. He's showing Liao how it's done. I will be watching. I think I will try and check out some AFCON football, see how it goes with the schedule. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try and catch some games, man. What a finish. Especially when Nigeria got attackers like this. I will be there. They just worked it really well. He's well onside, wrapped his foot around it, far corner. Very accomplished finish. Brilliant. And like I said, it's only Dubravka in goal. It's not Nick Pope. So AC Milan should be able to get things popping. At the moment, AC Milan are going to the Europa League. If Dortmund score, then obviously they progress to the knockouts. But there's nothing more that AC Milan can do. They can't do any more than just win their game. They need Dortmund to score a winner here in Germany. If I'm honest, it looks more likely that PSG are going to get a goal than Dortmund. They've been on top for the last, well, really the whole second half. Here's PSG, shot blocked, cleared away. And obviously Dortmund don't need to score. They're already through. So you're counting on them doing something for free. Oh, man. They're very stacked. Yeah, man. Liao just got little broed. Do you know what I mean? He had his opportunities, an easier chance. Chukwueze's the one that's put the ball in the back of the net. And he scored. What game was it that Chukwueze scored a really good goal in this group as well? Who was it against? Was it against PSG? In the 2-1 win at home, was it? I'm trying to remember. But he scored a lovely goal in one of these other games as well. Yeah, man. He's let me see if I can find out which game it was. Dortmund in possession, playing the ball forward. Maybe they have some life left in them. Clipped in, back post. Oh, Donnarumma again. He's alert, man. He's not playing around. Was it against PSG? The coefficient, bruv. Coefficient's finished. We're not going to get a fifth anyway, but I think, yeah, the way we're looking, we're not getting it anyway. But yeah, the final coefficient will be at the end of the season. Germany and Italy are ahead with this. And Sociedad going places. England will be behind Spain. I think the coefficient's only based on this season. Yeah, apparently. Newcastle coming forward. So Man United already out. You've only got Arsenal and Manchester City as it stands. But then you don't even have Newcastle going to the Europa League to give us an extra helping hand there. You also don't even have Man United going to the Europa League. So you're relying upon Liverpool, Brighton, and West Ham, and obviously Aston Villa in the Conference League. When we could have had Liverpool, Brighton, West Ham, Man United, and Newcastle all in the Europa League, which would have been mad. Would have basically been the Premier League on steroids. Let's see. Keep all of United's out of Europe. Yeah, Nigeria has like 6 strikers. Chukwueze probably won't even start. That's mad. Someone as talented as Chukwueze is not even going to start for Nigeria. That's mad. So who's going to play on the right wing then? Obviously, I know Victor Osimhen is going to play up front. Who's going to play on the wide areas? Or do you guys play with 2 strikers? Let me know. How's this going to look? Bonified's Nigerian as well, isn't he? So that's another player. So that's 2. That's surely 4-4-2. He does start, right? Okay. Kudus is playing on the right. Is Kudus Nigerian? No, he's Ghanaian. Kudus is Ghanaian, I swear. Yeah, Bonified will play up front with Osimhen, I assume. Chukwueze will start, but he's not good for Nigeria. Kudus is Ghanaian. Yeah. Kudus is not Nigerian. They try to claim him. They try to take him. Lookman. Yeah. Lookman as well. Lookman was brilliant for Atalanta. So Lookman will play on the left wing, maybe. And Chukwueze maybe on the right wing. Bonified and Osimhen up front. That's wild. That's crazy. Obviously, Iwobi. I don't know. I actually liked Iwobi in midfield. When Iwobi was playing centre midfield for Everton under Lampard, I liked him there. I'd rather see Iwobi in midfield. I don't think he's a great winger at all. Really don't. Yeah, I'd play Iwobi in centre mid. Box to box. Yeah, Iheanacho as well. Forgot all about him. Iheanacho is a good player. He's obviously down in the Championship. Yeah. You got Wani as well for Nottingham Forest. Another player. Yeah, man, you got options. Damn. You guys got options. Looking like NSG out here. Got options, bro. Crazy. No defense. No defense, though. Yeah, I don't know. I've not, when Nigerians big up their team, I don't hear them talk about their defense once. I've not heard them speak about their defense, not even once. So I'm assuming you don't have many good defenders. Big up Turkish. We see you, brother. No defense, no midfield, no keeper. Jeez. Shit coach. Yo, these lot are just killing their own team now. They're like, yo, we got no midfield, no defense, no goalkeeper. Shit coach. These men are just absolutely destroying their own team. They're like, yo, we just got strikers and that's it. Yeah, do you know what? He's a good player. He's from Fulham, isn't he? Was he not at Ajax before as well? Bassi, yeah. He's a decent player. And also Ole Einar. Ole Einar's a decent player. Ole Einar, he'll play fullback, no? He'll play one of the fullback positions. You play him left back or right back. He's decent. Saying no, he's a bum. 3-2. What? Are you saying 3-2 Antwerp? There's no way Antwerp have just made it 3-2. Dortmund are coming forward. They did go forward. They could have made it stick, but Marquinhos has defended that and got it cleared. If he had scored, then Milan would be going through. But yeah. Crazy stuff going on in Belgium in the Antwerp game. So PSG have got a corner. There is 3.5 minutes to go in that game in Germany. PSG already qualifying for the knockout stages as everything stands. Don't need to risk anything. Don't need to go gung-ho. They can't finish top of the group. I don't think they can anyway. On the head-to-head. No, they could. I don't know how the head-to-head works because they've both won one game each in the Dortmund PSG head-to-head. So if it's based on who has scored and conceded the least goals in those head-to-heads, then PSG could top the group with the head-to-head by winning this game. I think. Wait, what is it? Is it like that? No, I don't think it is. I don't know. That head-to-head's confusing me. I'm trying to think. Let's take a look at this group again. What's the head-to-head looking like? Dortmund, 10 points, 10 points. I think, yeah, PSG would go top on head-to-head. Aggregate score. Milan 3. Oh, really? Let me take a look what's going on. Corner for Newcastle. They've thrown the goalkeeper up. Whipped it in. Joe Linton. They're trying to get the ball back in. Now, Dubravka needs to get back because AC Milan are 2v1. And that was a very weak effort on goal, which was an open goal from Theo Hernandez. Could have been 3-1. He fluffed it. And to be honest, he should have passed it because it was a 2v1. It's pretty selfish. There was a player in the middle there. I don't know why. I don't know how AC Milan have failed to score. Because there's no goalkeeper. It's 2v1. I don't know how they haven't actually bagged that. Here's Almiron. 1 minute left for Newcastle. Ball comes into the box. Cleared away again. Looking like they're going to lose. Bottom of the group, Newcastle. Loftus-Cheek, yeah, he was all right. Nothing special. Oh, 3v2, AC Milan. 3v2. Oh, it's got to be a goal, surely. Oh, it's off the post. It's off the post. Tomori. I don't know what he's doing up there. I don't know what he's doing up there. But he's hit the post. Sola's just come on for Moani. My God. AC Milan. AC Milan should be 3-1 up. They've messed up both those chances. Even if Tomori settles himself and just passes it back where it came, it's that guy's centering. He's right in the middle of the goal. It's all kicking off now. Bare people getting booked. That game's basically going to be done. Final whistle's going to get blown. Newcastle, full time, going home. No more European travels for them until next season. And if they qualify for Europe, which I'm probably sure they will now, with the less rigorous fixture schedule. Dortmund 1, PSG 1. Is this how it's going to finish as well? It's going to be full time. Whistle's going to get blown very soon in that. And Dortmund did their job. They made it a match. PSG qualify. They don't have to stress. Newcastle to finish bottom of the group after almost beating PSG in the match before, which would have seen them in the pole position to qualify. I mean, life change fast for Newcastle, man. They were so close to going through to the next round. Few minutes to go in Paris before that penalty was given. If they had held out, they would have been going into this game in cruise control. And it's all gone from that to going out of everything completely, not even going to Europa League. They drew with Milan at the San Siro in the first game. They lost both games to Dortmund, home and away. They battered PSG at home. They then drew with PSG away. And they've lost to AC Milan at home. So Newcastle are out. So in this group, just if you needed a confirmation, Dortmund, top of the group. Don't know how that's happened, but fair play to them because I wrote them off. I thought they were going out of this competition when I saw that group. PSG in second. AC Milan in Europa League. Just. And thanks to Chukwueze, really. And Newcastle going out. And that's that. Guys, that's wraps. That's it. Double header done. Not covering Europa League tomorrow, obviously. So I'll be back with the next watch along will be definitely Saturday, Chelsea versus Sheffield United at 3 o'clock kickoff. So we'll start from about, there's no early kickoff, so I'll probably start 1:30. And then Sunday we have Arsenal versus Brighton at 2 o'clock. And we have Liverpool versus Manchester United in the late kickoff. And before all of that, of course, there's loads of videos dropping. We have a collaboration with Joey coming out tomorrow morning. Probably throw up a few shorts as well, and preview for the game as well on the Friday. So pleasure, absolute pleasure. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We're nearly at 70K. I think we're about 150, 180. I don't know, something like that. So if you haven't, help a brother out. Until next time, in a bit, people. Peace. Love.